The following is a special presentation of the PDF Sports Network.
What it do? Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got a lot to talk about. Boy. So glad that we did the live yesterday. As I saw Drewski this morning, spoke to him. He's going to get on the live and we're going to chat about this because we got a lot to talk about. Natties and nasty work. That's what we're calling it this morning because there was some nasty work going on. So, first and foremost, congratulations, as you see the snow in the background. Our brothers from Brooklyn, our fellow New Yorkers, are definitely not enjoying this freezing cold liquid sunshine falling from the skies, frozen liquid sunshine falling from the skies. They are in sunny Florida, the warm weather, enjoying a victory in national champions, the Brooklyn Seminoles. Congratulations to those guys. For that, I want to give a welcome to all of my folks across the nation in the semipro world. Definitely tap in if you get a chance because, we got to talk about it because there was some nasty work yesterday. So we definitely talk about it often about the Nationals and credibility or whatever. But when it comes time for kickoff, we focus on football. We don't talk about the politics of it. We get right to it, so to speak. But then when we gave it that respect, the game itself did not lend it does not lend itself to that. So question already. How does the game count if it halftime? Well, I don't think anybody that the ref throwing the towel in, which was not the Seminoles' fault. It wasn't the Bombers' fault either. But
What's up, brother?
people think that it was going to get worse had it gone the distance. No.
Yo, Patty. That's oh man. I called the game, bro. You called it too. We called the game.
We
We
called the game.
you're a lot more savvy and try to maintain your neutrality to do your job and etc. I'm not. But we called the shit, bro. Like, we can't woulda, coulda, but we're gonna.
We're gonna.
Bro, it would have been at least like a 60 ball, 70 ball. Like they were not like everything we know them for. Slow start. Shouts to Costa. Costa got a rifle, all that good stuff. Then
Yeah.
immediately, like I said, bro, they'll get one, we're gonna get two or three. They'll get one, we're gonna get two or three. Then that, like, God forbid you don't get one, we're still gonna get two or three. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
indeed.
yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
Oof.
And shouts to Crow too. Crow said a lot of things that had me like, I
Mm-hmm.
told myself self, especially with the people who I had
I'd be like,
misunderstandings with, who
I
I
told myself self.
I'm getting
Oops.
mad playback.
No. That was me
All
doing
right,
a
bet,
sound check.
bet.
Sorry about that.
You good, bro. But
Keep
yeah,
cooking,
bro,
bro.
like I'm like, nah, I gotta like hear people out who I have to trust because like just because we don't always agree doesn't mean Pat don't know what he be talking about. So before I jump out the window at something Pat says that I don't agree with, I need to listen to all that's Pat is saying to like more readily prepare myself for my position, for maybe change how I feel, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of the stuff that Pro was saying yesterday, I was like, huh? But then wait, when all that shit played out, I said, oh, you motherfucker, you Crow, good stuff. Good. Well played. You feel me?
Oof.
So yeah, man. But shoot, Pat, good morning, brother.
Boy, that wasn't Triple A, man. No, it was not Triple A. I don't think
I look,
anybody was. would say that it's AAA. So there's a few things that we got to go over. First is congratulations to the Seminoles. They played ball. So before getting into the shit show that was, we want to make sure that because the NFE did not
Salute.
give the NFE did not give them their money's worth. So if the NFE is not giving their money's worth, at least we will, and we will cover the game. Who did you have as your MVPs for the game?
I have to do offense and defense because two guys really stood out for me. And the offense, I'm gonna go Mims
Triple
because
A.
Okay,
yeah,
we're
Mims
not at that part of the show yet. Come on now, Spence. We're
and
talking.
defense. So offense, Mims, and defense. The best two-way player that I know, that boy Reem, Prince Reem, bro. Let's put Reem gets caught up because he wants to play quarterback. If Reem just played every other position but quarterback, he might be a top 5 player in the country, period, because
Come
he
on, bro.
always
Reem
makes
is good at
plays.
quarterback, though.
He's good, but he's so much better at fucking DB and receiver than he even is at quarterback.
Fair to say, because I played against Reem both ways, but you got to understand that how many other guys can say that they're better than Reem? Just be honest.
Not that's my point. We agree. Not many, bro.
At
Not
quarterback,
many,
I'm saying at
bro.
quarterback. I'm
Not
saying
even
at
at
quarterback.
quarterback. Not many. Not many.
And by the way, we haven't seen him quite as much over the past year and a half or so, year and a half or so.
Yeah,
And he's always going to be one of those names that's up there. So I will say I agree. Mims absolutely put on a show yesterday.
bro.
Holy smokes. He proved that he was on just another level. Now, here's the thing, and I did see my man Tex from up in New England, who was asking about the referees and what happens with the game. Just understand, not only was it going to get worse very, very quickly,
Put
the
your
bomb.
pants on too, because my gym shorts is a little crazy. So talk your
Gotcha,
shit,
gotcha. Yeah,
family.
that
Yeah,
was about to
yeah.
look wild for a second there. So,
Yo,
so what I will say is this: the tackling, the Bombers didn't want no parts of it on
hell no.
that bubble screen that went after seeing that. There's no way anybody in their right mind could say that it was going to improve after that, or that there was going to be like a comeback in the making. Stop it. No way, no how. Y'all really, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was not it.
Mm-mm.
What I'm also very happy about is that both teams. I mean, the Bombers traveled better than the Knowles did. The Bombers had 42 guys because that's the only information that the announcers were able to accurately
Oh man,
accurately report on.
I'm
The Bombers had 42
I'm
players.
happy nobody died, bro. Like,
Yeah, that was enough to
So,
get the job done.
so
The
Drewski, is that Triple A, bro?
now, Sean, don't have me
hold
don't
on,
have me
hold on.
remove you from
This
this
is
again.
this
It's
is
not
this is this is this is
this ain't
fat
your
shit
show,
right
man.
now.
You
We're
got you
gonna
got to
talk about
follow.
this soon.
You got to follow the modus operandi. You know what I'm saying? The Seminoles traveled with 32, according to the announcers and such.
Good
So
morning, Joey.
they can't get that. They can't get that in terms of we were missing this or missing that. You had 42. That's enough to get it done. Your defense wasn't stopping anything. By the
Excuse me.
way, G on that touchdown run, which was called back, but I think there was no touchdown run in recent memory that I could think of that just deflated a team that didn't
Mm-hmm.
count for six. Like after that, the Bombers didn't look the same at all.
That's
So
because the two plays before that, the Bombers got it to like I think it was a penalty and then like a sack right after the penalty. So it's like second and 20 something. And you're like, yeah, we got it. And then fucking G Block does a
indeed, indeed. Not to mention that with the Bombers throwing the ball, okay, got it. We did see what Costa could do with his arm. We also saw pick six as well.
mm-hmm.
And we know how
Mm-hmm.
those things go those mistakes are made and that game starts to that gap gets wider and wider, as you said. You get one, but we're going to get two or three, and then it just gets wider and wider and wider.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, what do you think of the football? Did you see the football game?
Yeah, well, I didn't watch the whole game because there wasn't a whole game to watch.
That much is true.
There was only
So
a half. Can you
it was.
imagine traveling thousands of miles to play a half?
I gotta say, one of the highlights
That
of my
sucks.
evening was seeing Spin Move uh, basically take a
Tearing
poll
their
of the
ass up.
crowd. $1,000, you paid $1,000. You paid $1,000. I paid $1,000. I have rarely seen, especially on a national setting or when a trophy is on the line, two teams the end of the game feeling exactly the same and being as tranquil as everybody was. Because literally, Spin was going around to players on both sides. You paid $1,000. You're pretty pissed off, and everybody knew who to blame was on that particular basis.
For sure.
As Coach Crow said yesterday, very and it's funny because I don't think we really knew what he was talking about originally when he was talking about community and not
Hmm.
being for the community. But then as I'm looking and I'm reviewing, I'm like, wait a minute, how come nobody from NFE is stepping in? How come nobody from NFE is making a statement? How did nobody from the NFE come up to the booth and even explain what was going on, or even to do a wellness check on the
Listen,
announcers that were at the booth? That I thought
you're
at one
discounting
point
that this isn't the first time that this
was that.
happened. This isn't the first time that this has happened and forget NFE in any of these tournaments. It's not the first time.
Yeah. So you do not see anybody kind of taking charge or being responsible for it, especially whoever it is that accepts the money for these tournaments and such. So we're going to get to the blame game in a second, and we definitely have a lot of blame to go around, especially when it comes to the Bombers. Okay, you're going to have to hear about it this morning, not just on the field, but in terms of the decisions that you made, because ultimately, who can you get mad at when you drove everybody to this venue? You're the one that pulled the Seminoles out of the
Hmm.
Sunshine Bowl and to the NFE. So we could say what we want about the respective tournaments. I think all of them have their fair share of issues. Again, if I'm not doing one,
But
then
like
I'm not gonna.
What Pro said yesterday that I missed because I was swiping trying to read, the hell we give him, bro, is because we see him. He's visual. As a man, I gotta respect that. The same way I've been wrong about shit with this motherfucker right here, and I had to say it out loud. You feel me? Because as a man, you gotta be a man all the time, bro. We gotta eat them NFE motherfuckers alive, Pat. We can't deal with them no more. They no
Mm.
good.
You
We
didn't.
can't.
Yeah. So who vouched for these dudes?
The Bombers, like you said, they forced the hand for sure.
Mm. And it didn't.
Right,
I didn't hear
but
it.
Drew, the Bombers are from how many miles away?
Like 200.
Right. So why is the game 1,500 miles away?
Because of
because
them, but that goes to what
because of
Pat's
them.
saying too, bro.
Yes.
Because of them, bro.
Because of them.
Because it's a
This is my
theory because we're not in their head officially, pause, but I think I have a strong feeling they wanted to say they played in the Natty,
Right.
even down to getting their ass whooped in the Natty. In
And,
five
and
years, they still gonna say they made it to a Natty. They're not gonna talk about the halftime 30 to whatever where they cut the game before the half. We made it to another Natty. That's gonna be part of their program
of course,
history.
perception is reality, of course.
That's why they did that. Because also, like Pro said yesterday, if you didn't catch it, I don't know if you caught it or not, but they ranked four in his poll, so they wouldn't have got the biggest game. So that's also a thing where they're gonna go where now we the best, and they know we're the best, so we're gonna mess with them. So it's like that's kind of the feeling I got left with even more after yesterday's results. You feel me? Like it.
indeed. And by the way, because I'm gonna give myself a little bit of credit as the oh man, that shuffle's going pretty fast. I'm gonna give myself a little bit more credit by following Spina and the times that Spina went live and went into his decision making about where to go. Spina felt compelled. I'm not gonna say forced, but compelled to go NFE because of the football part of it, because of the opponent. If Sunshine Bowl was
Excuse me.
unable to give him a credible enough opponent for him to sell to his team, I totally respect that, totally understand that, 100%.
Fayetteville Ducks, but I understand. I respect them
Nah,
too.
but again, Fayetteville Ducks are not
They're ranked six or something. They're not ranked high enough.
right. Right now, that might change based on what we see, and maybe this will be like a turning point where somebody can convince them to market their team better and be a little bit more out there, and their league, by the way, as well. to make sure that their information is right, make sure that their record is correct when it comes to submitting it to national committees and such. But the bottom line is, like, the Bombers are the ones that co-signed on this NFE thing.
Yo, Kev Brown, we gonna get to that, Kev Brown. Chill,
Right.
Poppy,
Right.
chill. We
So
on
now,
that. Chill.
so Shane, now mind you, again, we have the bias here. We're gonna accept that we have the bias here, but on top of this thing, we don't like we have the Detroit Ravens who played I'll say it, an absolute worthless game yesterday. There was no need for the Oklahoma Bears to be on that stage.
Another game that could have got played last month to really set up a better natty setup, but
Especially
hands up, don't
yeah,
shoot.
38-3. That's what we're doing now. I get that you wanted it back in blood or whatever. Okay, got it. But ultimately, again, let's go back to those that didn't know how this thing unfolded. The first team to pick was the Ravens. The Ravens picked to go to the USA Bowl. The USA Bowl doesn't even know who the Brooklyn Seminoles are.
They don't even have them ranked, or they didn't even have them ranked at a point, right?
Yeah, stupidity. Absolute stupidity. So the Ravens, I'll call it, you ran for comfort and you
Mm-hmm.
made your deal. There's probably some financial incentives for you as well. Got it, 100%. But again, we're
Yeah, but
gonna.
what financial? All right, I have a question now, Patty, because
Uh-huh.
if I'm not mistaken, they were in Daytona while our guys were in Orlando. Daytona to Orlando is a closable distance. It's not like Orlando to Miami, right? So
Oh.
it's like, all
Yo,
right,
what do you, bro? Yeah, Orlando to Miami's 5 hours, bro.
I know that's what I'm saying for sure. But
Mhm.
Daytona and Orlando, they're right by each other, bro. They flew from fucking Detroit and Oklahoma respectively to go to fucking Daytona, Florida.
Yep.
Just like Spence said with the distance between the nose and the bombers, why the fuck couldn't one of you guys go up and one of you guys go down a little something, pause, and
Drew,
meet in the middle?
listen, it
And
comes
come
down
on,
to because
bro.
it's cold, right? It comes down to because it's cold, right? At this time of the year, it's cold, right? So, but I mean, but there's places people can play. There's a team in Massachusetts that plays indoors.
Yeah, but their season has been over for a while. Like they had time to get that finished in November. And again, USA Bowl was announced early, like way early. So they had time to play this in situations that wasn't like what's outside today. So no, definitely not. It's everybody's rush, not everybody, but most teams rush to try to get as soon as I clinch that 7 p.m. game, I'm not doing anything else. And God bless Lockport because Lockport got it done. Lockport played. They didn't win, but now they're looking like a lot better, by the way. They're
Real big
looking
men.
Yeah,
Real
listen,
fucking
Lockpool
men.
got beat pretty bad in that game, right? But if you watch the games, I think Lockpool could have beat almost any team that played yesterday that I
Hell yeah,
watched.
that's what I'm
Lock.
saying.
I
Yes,
would
yes,
I would say
yes.
if I'm looking at Lockport playing the Bombers, I
I'm
think
going with
Lockport.
Lockport. I'm going with Lockport. Come
I'm
on,
going
bro.
Lockport on that.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That
Any
So
of
gets
the
to the
games
point
that
of
I watched yesterday, I think Lockport wins.
that's what I'm
I
saying,
would
bro.
say as well. So now here's the thing: does Lockport take that game next year, knowing that they had to stay home as a result? They didn't get well. They're not staying home; they're going to play, but they missed the 7 p.m. opportunity because of that.
All right, so if I'm Lockport, I already
No,
played.
nobody's going to take that risk.
Yeah, but look what I'm
Uh,
saying though.
Not so I would ordinarily agree with you, but I disagree on two fronts. And Drewski, get my follow up on this. The two things that changed was one, the NFE shitting themselves yesterday,
Mm-hmm. Big
and
time.
two, right, and two, the wild card in this thing is what Crow said. And in fact, I even pushed it to 3 losses. But I'm like, Crow, are you sure this whole plight to have two undefeated teams play for the national championship? Wouldn't you just rather have the best one, like the best teams in the nation, and the best team in the nation may have 1 or 2 losses?
Because
Dare
they're
I say a
playing.
third?
Because they're playing.
Because they're
Exactly,
playing,
bro.
indeed. Because they're
That's like
playing.
the rebel years, bro. Them years the rebels were losing to the nose, bro. If you put us in front of anybody else, bro, we beating the shit out of them, bro.
Yo,
We just losing to the
Drew,
nose by 4, 5, 6, 7
listen,
points to the
listen,
time, bro.
let me back this up just because I'm not a rebel or no player. That championship that I announced at Mitchell Field between Knowles and the Rebels, and like that was a better football game, a better production, a better everything than any national game I watched in the
For
last like
sure.
three
I
or 4 years.
agree. For
That
sure.
was a better game,
For
football wise, production wise, field wise, ref wise, everything.
All right.
sure.
Now here's the thing, and I was ooh, if Duncan is awake, somebody tag Duncan in this because I'm gonna do the whole "I told you so" game on this thing, right?
Do it.
Duncan was telling me, and we were arguing this. It was like last year, beginning of spring last year, where he was talking about guys on vacation need to get rental cars to drive 40 miles outside of cities to get to these games, and it's not a big deal. And I said, why are you treating these dudes so raggedy? These are customers. You're going to go all the way down to Florida, and you're like the selling point is we're going to Miami. Well, you're not playing in Miami.
Hmm.
Right? You're playing at a high school somewhere in that area. It's far away from everything else. It's not part of the community. Now, here's where it bit the NFE in the ass. If you're at a certain level of venue, two things. The referees are not going to walk off like that if you're playing at a facility that
Hmm.
dictates that shit does not happen. If you're playing at a random high school that is like your standard. It's not even like that great of a high school field. I saw the field, familiar with that field. It's not all that great of a field when it comes to a national stage. If
Mm.
that was somebody's home field as a semi-pro team, you'd be like, okay, they have a
Ooh,
good home field. But we have venues here in New York that far exceed what they were at yesterday. I would venture even to say that for some of those players, that wasn't even the best venue that they've played a semi-pro football game at,
for sure.
right? And it should be fitting of a national stage. Now, here's the thing. I think that in order for you to put on a Nationals game, you should be at least at a college facility. We
Agreed.
have we have seen semi-pro games at NFL facilities. We've seen that. We've seen the down in Texas at the Ford Center, the practice facility of the Dallas Cowboys. We've seen games at AT&T stadiums where teams have gotten that done.
Pat,
So
Maritime is better than that. Maritime
Maritime
is better than
Maritime is better than that. Columbia University is better than that. There's a whole bunch of venues that are absolutely better than that. And at the end of the day, when the referee is making that decision, he's looking around at being at a random high school in the middle of nowhere and saying, you know what? I'm going to take my shift off a little bit early, and he's going to head on out. Now,
Hmm.
if we all know that the 7 p.m. game is the game, and going back to what Crow said about community, the community knows that the 7 p.m. game is the game. Why on earth, when you know that officiating is a crucial part of the football production of this thing, would you have the whole entire game, the marquee game, being officiated by guys that are in their seventh, eighth, or ninth hour of work that day?
I'm about to go crazy real fast, Pat. Hold on, let me tell you something better. I
Yeah,
got something better.
like how are you
Let me,
at the end of your
I
shift?
got something better for that. I got
Go
something
ahead,
better
talk
to
to me.
add to that, Patty. Hear me out, Patty. So boom, I know there's a lot of games yesterday. Shouts to Kev. You feel me? You already know. Kev sent me the link for the games. But it was linked for all the games. So when I clicked the link at 7 p.m., because fuck those other guys. Sorry. I'll watch that when I get the chance. I clicked the link at 7, ready to watch the game. I see like 5 YouTube links from all the games of the day. The first one I clicked was the Columbus Fire game. And I'm like, all right, bet. I'm thinking I'm good, blah, blah, blah. I'm listening now to the production. Oh, we still need 2 people for the chains. If we don't get 2 people for the chains, I got you, Patty. Chill. Throw the alley. I'm gonna catch it. Pop. Pow. Hold on. We still need two for the chains. We can't start the game without people for the chains. So if you the fuck you talking about, Natty? The fuck you talking about, bro? That's something you gotta deal with, my nigga. Who the fuck are you talking to about a chain crew, dog? Like you paying us to be here, or we paying you to be here? The fuck are you talking about? That's supposed to be part of what you're paying for, bro. How much does it cost? And even out of that, bro, it's such a cash grab, right? I swear to God, Pat, when I heard that shit yesterday, it ignited something. I'm like, hold on, it's gonna get brought up tomorrow, and I'm gonna go crazy about it. Yo, bro, We talking about change now. We're not even talking about the reps. Yo, bro, you could fucking preset with the fucking youth team or whatever. $20 a man, bro. There's 3 chains. That's $60 a game. You're making $2,000-$3,000 a game as the natty, bro. $60 a fucking game. So again, Crow, when he was selling, what the fuck Crow talking about? Community. Hello. You got the fucking local even get it for free from the local kids, bro. Invite them over, get 20 fucking pizzas or 10 pizzas and fucking fruit snacks and Capri Suns. It's gonna cost you
But
500 bucks.
Drew,
Yo, bro.
Drew, this is exactly what we've been talking about. We let people that are not good at organizing stuff, and we or running things, or people that have never owned anything in their life, and they're in charge, and we let them be in charge for. I don't even know what the reason is.
By the way,
It doesn't make any sense.
which semi-pro teams play in that area? Whose home field was that?
I
Does a
have no
semi-pro team
clue.
ordinarily play there? Probably not. Now, here's the thing: if you had two teams from 300 plus miles away from here that were playing here as part of a weekend event, let's say we had the Knowles playing, let's say we had Demon Knights playing, was it Bandits playing, a whole bunch of teams playing, but there was one of those games where there was two teams from far away that were playing each other here. Maybe a team from Michigan and a team from South Carolina playing in New York, doing a little touristy thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You think we would be asking them for one for the chains? No. And by the way, we would be packed in that thing like, oh, let's see what these boys have.
Come
You
on, bro.
you would have a crowd there. I'm sitting there like, why on earth? Especially the venue. Not that the venue was all that great, but there was a lot of bleachers, and we were. I mean, I'm assuming this. Well, actually, not assuming because I know the venue, but the camera is facing the visiting stands, and the visiting stands are pretty big, right? And they're empty. So you don't even get a vibe that this is like a big game because it looks like it's
Mm-hmm.
being played in an empty stadium. Like, how do you not put a camera on the visiting side and then get the shot going back toward the press box and get all of the people in the stands? Unless they're literally playing in front of nobody.
I was about to say though, Patty, let's really talk about it now. This goes to the type of shit that Sean is spewing that I'm trying to ignore, but it's gonna like go right into there, so we're not gonna ignore it, right? All right, bro. If you're playing essentially a jamboree, right? No matter how much we care about it, no matter how much we love it, no matter how much we revere it, we all of that, right? If you're essentially playing a jamboree with 6 to 8 to 10 teams, predominantly from other areas of the country, like from far off places of the country, respectively, what type of crowd are you going to expect without, again, now, any sort of community involvement, any sort of bigger like semi-pro community network? Who the fuck? We were gonna go, but we would have went to the game if the game was in Jersey, or if the game was upstate, or if the game was in LI, or
Drew,
if the game.
Drew, Drew, be honest. How many guys would have went to that Bombers Seminoles game if it was at Kings Bay?
Oh,
It wouldn't have been enough room at Kings Bay. We
It,
would have to get
we would
we would
have
have
to have
literally had to
people.
get Mitchell, like you just said, or something.
No, but
We'd
I'm
have
just
to get
saying.
a
Let's say it was
college
just at
kid.
Kings Bay. Let's say they. No, listen. I
If it was
supported
at
being at
Kings
Kings Bay.
Bay, if it was at Kings Bay, then we would have had
I would
people.
have went. I
Of
would have went.
course, but it would have been enough room. That's what I'm saying. The sidelines would have been full. The fucking visitor sideline would have been full. The top roof would have been full.
People would have been watching through the fence, bro.
100%. Police would have been outside.
And I think the same thing if it would have been at the Bombers home field.
For sure. But even to the point now, even if it was at the Bombers' home field, we would have had at the very least full media coverage where even if it was just guys like us there going to watch it because we gave a fuck enough, the guys like us would have did the fucking proper announcing of the game for free, the proper fucking video of the game for free, the proper promotion of the game for free, like not even for free, for the love, because it's not free, it's because we love each other, you feel me?
Now, listen,
But
you would have had your
come
brother
on,
with
bro.
TYJ would have been
Yeah,
there.
bro, come on, yeah.
PDF would have been there. Spin Move would have been
Yeah,
there. It would have been
yeah.
more than Frank Bettis would have been taking pictures. Come
Mm-hmm.
on, man. Let's be real. And
100%.
listen, let's forget about home. Let's forget about home cooking, right? Like any one of my games that I played in Vegas was better promoted, better organized, was better. I played better games, better football games, and I never called them a national championship. But we went to the West Coast. The West Coast is. I can't believe that we're not sending teams to the West Coast. Like, why everything has to be stuck going to this one place that's not. It's not
Yeah,
well
I was gonna
produced.
say, you
It's
know what's
not well
crazy?
produced.
I was gonna say something about that too, just in regards because Gerard, shouts to Gerard, the super defensive lineman from the Bears. You feel me? He was saying he lived in Atlanta for a period of time, and there's literally hundreds and hundreds of fields, and it's also
And you
seasonably
know what?
warm
We have
enough.
connections. We have connections in Atlanta that we can that can help facilitate it. Like Jim
But
lives down there, Billy lives down there. People that we know are good, could run things are there.
Yeah, but every
I'm
time you
like
go down
everything.
to these things in
uh,
Florida, you feel as though you're a hassle. They act as though they're doing you a favor and not
that's what I mean.
vice
Like
versa.
in regards to
Yeah.
community, right? Just because, all right, all the guys, like all the teams and all the regions, because we're it's highlighting now that even the Natty is a real regional thing. Because yo, bro, I don't be seeing no like the last Cali team I saw was the Inglewood, whatever the fuck,
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks. I don't
Right.
hear. I know they playing football over there, bro. It's fucking California, bro. I know they
Now,
playing
listen,
football over
I
there.
played against teams from California. The football is different. We would wipe the floor with them, but that's not the point.
Okay,
That's not even what I'm talking about because the football there is soft, right? They play a
okay,
softer brand of football. They want to throw the football 50 times a game. Nobody wants to tackle. But
okay.
listen, you know what? People don't know that because we don't play those teams.
That's
We
my
no
point,
nobody
though.
goes there, and they don't come here.
That's my point. My vision now with all the stuff you guys are talking about is like in all the states that we know we got representation in. So SC, how we know we got Fayetteville, North Carolina, fucking Georgia, fucking all of the states that are seasonably warm during the time we're gonna do quote unquote natties. Why can't we go to Texas and do natty weekend in Texas? Or
Should This is
you
what we've been
understand?
saying for like the last 5 years,
That's it.
bro. The last
Especially,
5 years.
especially now, even now, we got good guys. Like shouts to Crow. Like if let's say I put my hat in the ring with Crow now, right? Because I bet seeing this shit play out, Crow got the closest thing to a program that I could get behind in regards to the natty structure, Baze, Ba. Incorporate now, yo, bro. You deal with a lot of teams from those states. Why can't we state hop? Even if it's between 6 or 7 states, including Florida, or but different sites in Florida, every seasonably warm place that we can play in January, we should be willing to potentially play in. So that's
Listen,
deep
I'm
south
telling you
all
right now,
across the country and the
listen, I'm
West
telling you
Coast.
right now, Drew, from January to March, it should be there should be teams going to Vegas, going to California. San Diego's a fucking hotbed of fucking semi-pro football. There's tons of football teams down in San Diego, and it's always 80 something degrees there, bro.
Mhm.
We should be going to Arizona. We should go to Texas, and then you know what? When it gets warmer in June, whatever, they should all be coming here to us, bro,
Coming out
because
our
it's too
side,
fucking
yep.
hot to go play. It's too fucking hot to go play down there, bro. And that's really what it's going to come down to, us organizing it. Because if we don't organize it, bro, it's just not going to get done. So this is why I said the other day, and this is what I'm going to keep saying, and Kelman's trying to tell me I'm a hater, but the reality is, if we don't take control of this, we're just going to have this conversation 50 more times over the next 10 years. And that's what it is. If we don't start doing something, if we don't start making moves, because listen, it's clear that these other guys they're not able to do it. It's just not good. It's
And
No,
just
but I
so
bad.
mean,
now let's talk about real
uh,
quickly, shifting gears a little bit. What were the mistakes made yesterday that were so blatant? So we could kind of pick at this thing on a different level. Let's peel back the onion, so to speak. Now, the first thing was the referees, and again, everybody focuses on the fact that the referees left, and the referees should not have left. Indeed, and I agree with that 100%. So I'm not even letting the refs off the hook. Why do you have the same refs for 9 hours?
you should have a
That's
ref
that's
crew for
ridiculous.
you should have a
That,
ref
and
crew for
listen,
every game.
that's stupid.
Three
I
ref
would not. We
crews.
would. Nobody would ever do that. That's just such a. I don't even believe that the guys would accept the job.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, you're running
In
up and
fact,
down the field for 9 hours, bro.
right. In fact, the assigner, there usually is an assigner for the game or for the weekend, and they would basically know their clientele. They would know their guys, and they would have a couple of extras in there on the side. Hey, look, I thought I could handle 2 or 3 games.
90% of these
I
guys
can't.
are in
And
their
they
70s, man.
hold on, John. They would they would bring another guy in and sub another guy in to keep it fresh. I've seen that even at championships where there's only 1 game. I've seen a spare official on the sideline, and they make sure that they get it right. But again, in these type of situations, they don't do that. So I think the officials were given kind of like mission impossible in that regard. The next point is the media part of it. I saw the G touchdown run, all right, the one that was called back. It reminded me of Randall Cunningham, by the way.
I said one of the most amazing runs we've seen at this level, bro. One of
Bro,
And
his
but you've
best
did,
done that
runs.
100 times.
did you? Yeah, we get that part. But did you hear the call on the play? It was complete silence until he was in the end zone. I'm like, how am I seeing this? Is there something? And I thought I had it on my television at that point. I'm like,
You
is the
thought it
TV
lagged or something, right?
Yeah, I
Yo,
thought the
listen.
sound was up. I said, there's no way that a human
Yo,
being who
let's just
knows
talk about
about
this.
hold on. There's no way that a human being that knows about football can see that happen and not say a word. I was gonna call in for a wellness check. Like,
Yo, but listen,
are they
listen.
alive in there?
This is why I'm saying about like it's not about what's being produced, it's about who's producing it, right? 2 people on this call right now, me and Patterson, have done games and announced games and were better than the guys that they had at the Nationals. And listen, I'm not saying I'm a professional. I'm not saying like, yo, listen, I'm not even talking about other people. Like, yo, just the media from Spin Move, the media from PDF, the media that we have here, the media that I seen the XEFL a couple years ago that they had was way better. It's like 10 times better. How do you not fly these people out there? How do you not get Howard Gaber? I can name so many people. How do you not get these people to do the games?
Yeah,
How is that not organized?
And how did nobody in
Because
the
it
whole
costs and they're not
entire
paying. It's a cash grab, bro.
No,
You know that?
they're dead. Oh, but there's the old
It's a
guys to me
cash grab, bro. That's what it is.
but just to get their medical equipment up to that booth could not have been like cheap.
Good morning,
Because I
Nessa.
swear I heard a CPAP machine or like a
Hell yeah.
defibrillator. There had to be a defibrillator there. There had to be like an oxygen tank going on or something like that.
That had to be like his last announcement, his last game announcing. They must have brought him out from hospice to do that before they send him back. Because that
Yo,
dude was on like Hell's Gate, bro. I
it-
was worried about him losing it. That's probably after they cut the game because he lost it, bro. God forbid.
yeah,
No. But bro,
that.
that shit, he'll be like, great play, my
Bro, you
boy.
turn on any game, any normal regular season game that PDF has covered, and it's 10 times better than anything that we've seen at any Nationals in the last like 5 years. And that's just one media guy. Howard Gaber is way better. Any of them Seminole games that they had in the MLF with Howard Gaber doing the announcing is 10 times better than anything that we've seen at Nationals. The Patterson doing his, like, I don't want to say Fugazi coverage, but Patterson's coverage, like, his
You don't
rogue
want to say
media
it, but then he
coverage.
says it. You heard that he says it. I don't want to say it, but I'm
I'm
gonna
just
say it.
no, I'm saying like I don't want to say it like that. I'm saying like his rogue media coverage, like he's like
You sounded like your boy Trump just now.
Woo!
Oh,
bro,
that
my
mystery
boy,
pill.
Wow.
That
yo,
mystery
we know
pill.
there's a
I'm
line
not
to
gonna
not
say
cross
it.
with me, right?
It's
You know there's a line
Ozempic.
to not cross with me.
Stay on point. We got a lot on topic to discuss. We're not going rogue on this thing.
Listen,
I'm fuck with you. I'm
it's
fuck
not
with you. I'm
about.
fuck with you, Spencer. I'm fucking with you.
It's not
I'm
only
joking.
about what's
I did
being
not mean
produced;
that.
it's about who's trying to produce it. And it's just listen. Some people got to take the reins, man. It's over. It's done. No, none of the games that I've seen. Listen,
Hold on for a second. So I don't think, even being half the age of the people in the booth, I don't think I could have announced a whole entire day of adult football. I think that would be out of my lane.
Nah,
I've
you
done
lying, Pat. Nah, let me tell you, Pat.
a
Nah,
whole
hell no.
entire
3
day.
games, I understand, bro. But all right, boom. Only
That's
reason
a
I say that,
lot.
you got to really think about it. Maybe not you alone, but like if it was all of us in there, we just like essentially running shifts and like as long as one man's alive, we good. We can run that
No,
regular.
I mean we definitely could, but we would have a switch up
Yeah,
from
like
game
5
to
people.
game. Like
yo,
there's not going to
listen,
be the same dudes on each
Yeah,
game because and
yo,
by
let's
the way, not
think
only
about
that.
this.
Hold,
Think
hold,
about this.
hold
If
on,
just you
Sean,
just
Sean,
hold on one
hold on,
second, one
Sean,
second. If you
no,
just had
stop, Sean, stop, Sean. Okay, we had an agreement. You're going to be able to do it. I swear, you'll be fine, Sean. You'll be fine.
my god.
There's a point. So you almost made me lose my train
Nigga
of thought because you
Spence is
try to
a
railroad
fucking
me.
glitch. Oh, that's how
Yeah,
true it
he
is.
definitely did the glitch. I knew, and when it comes to Natty, let me get some background first, right? On way too early with
Oh
Pat, right?
shit.
I told Sean beforehand, hey, look, I know you
You know
have
Spence
this.
can't help it. You know Spence can't help
Especially when
it.
it comes to nationals and
Nah,
everything in play right
man.
now. I was like, Sean, you got to behave yourself. Sean, you got to stay. You got to keep it in the guardrails. Sean, stay in the guardrails.
No, he
So
can't. He
the
can't.
the key point, we're gonna stay on point. The key point to a good
Hmm.
broadcast, before I kick it back to you, the key point on a really good broadcast is the dead time, because you're not shooting to commercials a lot of times unless you're the Howard Gabers and some of the more, and even the Howard Gabers of the world, they usually have the same couple commercials running, so it's not like it's a whole bunch of unique commercials. But what do you do during the timeouts? What do you do during the change of possessions, the change of quarters, in between games? I didn't see pre-games. I didn't see pre-game talk in terms of the booth. I didn't see halftime shows, halftime talk in the booth. It appeared as though they had no idea what they were looking at. It didn't even sound as though they had the rosters at one point. Drewski, you had something on Costa and well, do the PG version, please, and not knowing the Seminoles players.
All right, so yes, I got you. My fault, Patty Word. I'll do it properly. Um, if I felt like when I was watching the broadcast, either you said it was because they didn't have the information, lack of research, and I'd rather it be that. You feel me? But I felt like they were glazing, let's say, the Costa dude. You feel me? And mind you, he's really fucking good, bro. So I in no way mean to demean him or disrespect him because out of anybody on that trash bag team over there that's good, I'll say he's really good. He's a really good football player. You feel me? So that's cool. But they were like, oh, Costa, 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 Costa's so great. Then G Block of fucking do what you said, like the play you were talking about, where it's like, damn, bro, that might be top 10 for G Block, bro. He's fucking G Block. So we seen a fucking 100 plays from this dude. So it's like, that might be top 10 for his old ass. And these motherfuckers, you had to make sure your TV wasn't on mute. Like, wait, what's going on? Did I miss something? So it just felt real like they were really biased. Like
So
like maybe they
listen,
did fly in people
nah,
and
nah.
a
Listen,
few of them
it's
went from
not just
Massachusetts.
it's not about bias, bro. Like, listen, it's not about bias. Maybe they were biased
How
or
the
not. I
fuck they
don't know.
didn't know G, bro?
I
No,
think
but
they're just
listen, but
unprepared.
this is what I'm going to say to you. This is what I'm going to say to you. When you organize an event and you don't bring in somebody that's in tune with the clientele, in tune with the
Community,
people
as
that are
Crow said. Hey,
right,
Crow.
right.
Yo,
If you
Crow, you
don't,
the man,
so
Crow.
a perfect example is like, yo, why don't they have like guys like Ramsey and Xavier and all these guys that did with the Bleezys, right? Like, why don't they have Steph? Why don't they have Honcho? Why don't they have guys that are in tune with the people that they? Those guys should have been talking in the dead areas. Because those guys, when they do their own broadcasts, when they do their own stuff, those are the guys that really like they make conversation. Like they talk, they're talking to the people that want to pay attention to this.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Boy,
morning.
you
I was
look
just
like a
waiting for
prophet today, boy.
I just was waiting for a dead area
Yo.
to get in.
Woo.
I listen. I just hope everybody can work together, please, because let me tell you something. One day you're the savior, one day you're the bid. So I try to stay humble. We try to stay humble throughout it. So I'm not about to
Hmm.
say, oh, I'm gonna fix everything. That is false. But I will say, um, me and Drewski talked about it yesterday. They shouldn't have been playing
Is
that.
there a sugar coat coming? Because this is not the place for
No,
that.
no. They shouldn't have been playing that fucking game in Orlando anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said that to Spina straight up. We said it yesterday on the call.
24 yards, but he had game in
They
Orlando.
shouldn't have been playing that game. They should have played that game in Connecticut or New York or even Mass, someplace, somewhere on the East
Mm-hmm.
Coast, because
They should
that
have
was a
played the Kings
regional
then.
game. That's all. That's my point. They shouldn't have been playing that game anyway. So sometimes things just happen for a reason.
Yeah, but all of that. Nah, we not. You got. We all right. I'm gonna talk this shit that's gonna make you want to
Dance.
talk, just like
Come on,
yesterday.
man.
We gonna
Dance.
dance, bro. Cause like no, bro.
By the way,
I
Drewski,
respect the.
Drewski,
No, no,
you
I
know,
hate that it happened because it's bullshit. The ref should have. They shouldn't have did that. I'm
The
no,
just
whole
saying.
everything. No, 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 no. What you're
Well,
trying not to do
let
is
me
not kick
explain to
them
you
while they're
really quickly
down.
how disrespectful I am. Drewski, I just disrespected you. I just played the G run at full volume while you were talking.
That's fine, bro. Listen,
That's
man. I
crazy.
ain't tripping. Hear me out though, bro. Look what I'm
Nobody's
saying.
tripping because you can't hear anything
Nah,
because there's
no,
no
bro. Look, that's
sound.
what I'm saying. There's nothing going on, bro. But hear me out. Yo, Crow.
I'm
What they
listening.
gave us yesterday, even down to
Uh
like I was saying, I don't know if you put the earlier part of the live. The only game I tuned into was the game with my guys in it. I'm not gonna make believe that like I tried to watch the first game. Once shout to Kenny. Kenny posted Kenny Reed, he posted the link for the games to start at like 12 something in the afternoon. So I clicked, saw the first game. I was like, not for me, and I got busy with my day, you feel me? Came back at 7 o'clock and saw all the game links, bro. I saw all the game links, bro. And now fucking I clicked the wrong link to start, and I'm listening to these dudes waiting to start the Columbus Fire versus whomever game, you feel me? And I hear them saying, "Oh, we need people for the chains. We can't start this game without people for the chains." And I'm like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, we're at a natty game right now talking about people for the chains, and we're not starting the game before we have people for the chains. Like that's the obligation of any of the people who are there as spectators or
A
anybody who's there
thousand
trying to win a
miles,
game.
as Spin said.
Like,
I'm
come
just
on, bro.
saying for
Thousand
four,
miles.
for $1,400 a team,
That's
I
now
felt
now you
like
talking. Talk about
things
it.
could have
Hello.
been better.
That's
That's
all.
more than league fee for most leagues.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we charge a small amount. We charge 900, but for 1,400 a game, I just felt like we could have got a little bit better. And then $22 for the stream because I support it because I hope people support what we got going on. But I just feel like I wouldn't call it a money grab because these things are expensive. I just felt like they could have allocated to the things that would have made it a little bit more.
Bro, they're expensive if you do it right.
You
It's
being
not
too
expensive if you do it
PC,
the
bro.
right
You
way.
know, you can't also very subtly throw in the fact that yours is about 60% of the rate of theirs, and you're still getting all of the things done that we need to have done while charging 60% of their rate and give them a pass or not doing the things that are the bare necessities of carrying out what's supposed to be a national game, a national weekend, a national atmosphere. So there's
I mean,
no like
I
again,
mean,
I respect that
they
you're
did
not,
have, but to
but
their credit, they did have Darth Vader doing the announcing for a few.
yeah, that's
Y'all
amazing.
stupid. Y'all stupid.
But
Nah,
yeah,
I
nah,
like I said,
bro.
I just
So
try.
that
I
that's
try to
why it's a
stay
cash
humble.
grab, bro. I feel it, I respect it, but I'm not like, come on, bro. That's it. I respect it. We're not gonna let you. You're gonna say things that make sense, and even if you don't say the in a mean way or to demean, like you just said, bro. You charge nine a team. We can definitely say your production is a way better production than theirs in regards to your
Oh no, I'm going to say that
logistics.
our production is definitely better. Know I'm not
All right.
that I'm going to give us
So you might
458.
not go as far. So you might not go so far as to call their thing a cash grab because you might not be in the business of kicking another person's business or thing down. But
Yeah,
if you're
but
doing, if it's
if you
15,
don't
come
give
on,
people
bro.
the if you don't give people
That's
the
9 grand.
value,
They had
yeah,
9 grand. They had 9 grand, bro. 9 grand for a 5-man ref crew to run 3 games. That's abuse. 9 grand for all of us to have to listen to that crew announcing the game for us. That's abuse.
that was
And it's
crazy.
also added disrespect and extra to your community angle. It's like, yo, bro. Clearly, you guys don't have a post or nothing because, all right, if you don't have a fucking chain crew, what's that going to cost? $25 a man for the game? That's another 50, 60, $75, bro. You just made 9 grand, bro. Again, now,
Yo,
max.
Drewski,
That's
Drewski,
like,
you mentioned it before. Yo, you mentioned it before. It's because nobody's on nobody's heels, bro. That's what it is. Like,
mm-hmm.
listen, I'll tell you right now. If I ran the EFA championship game, like if I didn't put out flyers, if I didn't do this, if I didn't do that, I have Kelman on my heels. I have Patterson on my heels. I have all kinds of guys. Back in 5 star, we had a lot more people, man. We had a lot more
But
people.
that's the shit. We don't know them.
I'm
What's
just
but
up,
that's
saying,
Eddie?
what
but
But
I'm
who
they
said
so
we were
that's
yesterday?
on
what
each
I'm
other's
We know
heels.
him.
We
That's
were,
why we on his ass. We
so
don't.
I'm
Who's
that's
saying,
why
NFE? Who's NFE?
but we're not,
Who's
because this
NFE?
conversation is gonna listen. This conversation is gonna die down, and then nobody's gonna give him any real flack, and then he's just gonna run another tournament next year, and it's gonna be the same
Who's
shit,
he?
bro.
We don't know who
so
he
that's
is
I'm
though.
my
just saying,
That's the
whoever
point.
it
thing.
is. I'm just saying, whoever it is that does it, we're gonna give them a little flack right now. That the person's not even feeling it because they're not even in this fucking thing. They're not even listening to us, bitch. Right? And then what's gonna happen is people are gonna go back to the same product next year because they own a fucking website that says who's number one and who's number four, right? And they're gonna go back to it again, and then it's gonna be no difference because they're
So
not
that
gonna
was
feel
my
none of
point.
this.
So,
That
okay,
was
and
my point yesterday.
but
One
that
That was
person.
that
One
my
person.
point yesterday.
oh,
That was my
oh,
point yesterday. That was my point.
so here's the thing, right? There was blame to be shared, right? So the people that are who they are, I get to a certain point that you're not going to change that. However, the Bombers chose this venue.
For sure, bro. But we
The
still.
the Bo- the
How the
Yeah,
Bombers
bombers
but
We
choose?
put
need them
but
though.
Patterson, what I'm saying is,
hold on.
who's gonna choose
Oh,
it
let
next
Pat
year?
cook. Let Pat cook.
Oh
Let
my
Pat cook. Let Pat cook.
god.
Let Pat cook.
Okay.
Good morning, Pat.
Jeez, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning.
So
Damn, Spence.
so the Bombers
Uh
pushed
huh.
this particular venue. They have a responsibility to the rest of it. Like they pulled the Knowles into this venue. And I know
They did.
Crow can't say it as much, but there was so many other ways to do it. And just to get your way, you took this shortcut, and then you were about to have a 60-piece put on your head.
So listen, I'm gonna call a spade, because I'm gonna be real. At the nose, stay with the deal that they made with Lockport, that the winner gets the 7 o'clock game at Sunshine Bowl. They wouldn't have went through this bullshit. Okay, I said it.
Okay. Got it,
That's
got it,
real
got it.
shit. Thank you for
I
saying
got
it.
that off my
But the
chest.
only
I
thing
needed to get that
is,
off my chest.
yeah, but
Look,
here's where the
Got it.
chess play that Pat's talking about comes into play though, Crow. It's not a fuck you to you. And I know that
no,
it's
it's
still
not.
The
It's
bomb
no,
not.
the
but
Bombers had to fall on their face.
I have to speak on it because this is like super upper East Coast shit, bro. I go on about CT as my main but when I do CT, that's also my New York bias speaking. When I do the CT, it's literally CT, Massachusetts, everything up there. Not upstate so much as more anymore because the dudes who's running shit over there now, being the players, they with the shits. So they get full respect. They off that list. But the whole region of fucking above New York, all the dudes who's not y'all. So you got all the good guys on your side. You got the Jersey guys. You got the B-more guys. You got the Virginia guys. You feel me? You
Yeah.
got the SC and NC guys. Them dudes
Yep.
is trying to play football. The dudes
Yeah.
above us like to keep the name, the shit I was talking about yesterday. This is it coming to full fruition. The Noles
Mm.
had to play against the Bombers because the only way they were going to get the Bombers is by playing them in the Natty. The Bombers would never take that game because they know now they're going to lose a game that's not a Natty, and now it's less luster and prestige and blah blah blah, which is what they run with up there in their little
Now,
bubble.
Drewski, hold on,
That's the
hold
So
on.
problem.
so I
Hold,
want to put
hold,
this.
hold, hold on, Drewski. To that point,
So that's why they had to take that.
New England thought the New England had more clout than they should have had, and that goes back
And
to
they
when
want to keep that.
that goes back to when the Shamrocks beat the Knowles, and the Knowles should have won that game. By the way, they had played a half of football and then took their foot off the gas, and then the Shamrocks came back. But the bottom line is, if New England calls shots, you end up with what you had yesterday. And moving forward, people are more likely, correct me if I'm wrong, Drewski,
Listening, brother.
um, more people are going to just disregard New England sitting there saying, we're 12-0, let us in.
Right.
Now that we have this. So this
Sure.
needed to happen. They needed to
So
fall on their face. How you doing, Earl?
And
so
that's the
right.
answer for you, Crow.
So go ahead. Go ahead. Talk to me.
Earl, what you got?
Nah, well, I wanted to know. Well, I saw so as I was driving home yesterday, I saw that, and Crow, who would the Seminoles have played if they would have took that game?
Fayetteville Ducks, who've won 20 games this year. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting the Ducks. I swear to God, y'all.
That's the
I didn't.
problem right there.
No, no.
We on that. We on
I
that.
asked the question. I didn't disrespect anybody. I just asked the
No,
question. Who
no,
would
not
they have played?
you. Not you.
So
I'm
not
talking about as a
all of us, Earl. You getting all our heat, Earl. It's not just you. It's all of
Yes,
us.
it's
yes.
not
How you
just
on,
you.
G?
Not you, Earl. I'm saying as in as a community.
Yeah, the Ducks are super humble and don't really promote themselves, which is why a lot of people mistake them
Nah,
for
but pro, the dudes know about them.
the.
My young boys don't put me onto them. My young boys, the running back for the nose, so they definitely got full respect. It's just this shit is chess, bro. You know that already. You
I
one of the
do.
main. You got one of the main boards, if not the main board. That's a fact, Kev. You put me onto them, Kev. So it's like it's not
Well,
like
you
the
know what I
nose don't
want
know
to see?
about them.
I just want to see everybody work. I don't
Excuse me.
care if Sunshine Bowl gets the number one game every year. What I care about is that the number one game is played. I think that's where I come off this a little bit different than everybody. I wouldn't care if it was in Daytona, Miami, or Orlando. It doesn't make no
Mhm.
sense. But if we can get a consensus on what the game should be, and I said this yesterday, if every or the day before yesterday, if everybody sticks to their process, I think we end up with a better situation. The problem is, and then I'm gonna say this, and this is me trying to not say PC. The other two bowls end up just picking people because they're going to come. Their rankings reflect the people who are going to come. They
Hmm.
don't reflect what they should be.
So they
That's
the Ravens had correct. So let me not say but because that makes it sound as though I
I
don't
want to
agree
go
with you.
next, Pat.
The Ravens selected the USA Bowl early before football hadn't even been finished.
well,
That
that's part of the issue, right?
that's that. I think that's a main part of the issue.
So
Let,
the other two bowls
The Bombers
pick.
made the only play that they could make where they called the shots, and ultimately the Knowles had to kind of cater to them.
No,
Look, let
they
me get the
did
floor.
not.
Let me get the floor.
No,
I'm gonna get the floor real
go
fast
ahead.
for everybody, please. Let me get like
Go
two
ahead. Please
minutes.
spit your facts,
All
brother.
right, so look, bro, look, hear me out, right? So far as my perception of the best four teams before yesterday, right? The best four teams for me before yesterday are the Nose, the Ravens,
Yep.
the Bombers, and the Ducks, right?
I can give
Now,
you that.
on paper, those are the four best teams to me, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at logistics. If it was a perfect world, I would see a game where it will be a two-game scenario where
Yep.
the presumed one, so let's say the Ravens would have played against the Ducks, and
Yep.
the Nose would have played against the Bombers.
That would have been nice.
That would have been beautiful, right?
Yeah.
The game everyone wanted and been talking about, and the way it lined up, and even down to shout to the Woo Duncan, right? He's
Mhm.
active in the page, just like how you active in the page. So just off the fact that y'all willing to be here and catch the bullets from everybody that's gonna come y'all way because everybody knows who y'all are, y'all gonna take all the bullets, is in my mind enough for me to know that it's not as much ego involved as it's been. You feel me? Because y'all two major players, if not the two major players, and y'all like this around each other. Y'all might not be like this yet, but y'all in the same exact room doing the same exact thing, not hating on the next brother, not doing this, not doing that. Both running good situations, right?
Me and
But
Duncan
now,
talk at least 2 days a week.
all right,
At
so love, look, look. I'm
least.
so happy to hear that, bro. I don't even need to know what y'all talking about to know that it's gonna be some good
Football.
shit for me. You
Football.
feel me? I know it's some good shit for me, so it's love, bro, right? But once the Ravens didn't jump on the opportunity to play the nose, and once the Bombers didn't want to play the nose before the Natty, the only way for it to go was unfortunately the way it went this time. It wasn't a knock to the Ducks at all. But for what the nose ultimately want to accomplish, which is cornering the Ravens, they had to beat the shit out of the Bombers real fast. And the only way the Bombers were going to play against the nose is in the Natty. And like how Pat was saying, the only natty that had them as number one was the NFE. So by default, because Uncle Tony just wants to be number one, no fucking question, he know he got
Hmm.
to knock off either the Bombers or the Ravens ASAP. All right, so the Bombers want it over here. Let's get it. 30 to 12 real quick. Oh, yeah, we put at halftime. I bet you lucky. It's about to be
Hey
6 to 5.
Earl,
Yeah.
I need to.
So
You have some.
that's the full explanation of why that happened, though.
Can
No,
Ain't
I
no
Earl,
get it.
way.
you
I
got
get it.
something else for us
My
because I
nigga,
need to get
yo,
Sean
real
Kelman
shit.
on because me and Drewski
If
got
it
to
would
jump
have,
Sean Kelman real quick.
oh yeah, for sure. But if the Bombers would have gave the nose the opportunity to like, yo, bro, Not for nothing. If we gonna link, we should link here. I know they would have picked to link where you at, bro, because they fuck with your program. So it's like it's not about you at that point though. It's about the Bombers before it's about you. Because
No,
now
for real. I don't take it no
that's all that
disrespect.
happened, bro. No, but that's all that happened. They needed the Bombers, bro. They needed the
No,
Bombers.
I get it. No,
Brewski,
listen.
we're gonna jump Sean Kellman real quick, just so you
I
know. We'll give
bet.
you a heads up. All right.
All I'm saying is Spina called me. So much respect. Much
Mm,
respect to Spina. Much respect. He called me. We had an hour conversation about it. It's just, again, I get y'all point, and it's a valid point, and I get where y'all trying to go. It wasn't that. It's just one of those things where it's just like, damn, I didn't agree with y'all going that far to play a team up the road.
mm.
I can't get over that.
The Bombers wouldn't have
So,
done it no other
so
way.
what
So what you do
Sean?
with that as a competitor? Let me ask one question, please.
Yeah,
My last question, Pat. Not you as Sunshine. You as the Seahawks owner, right?
Yeah.
If you had to play against, bro, the Nose, CPP, Connecticut Panthers, fucking
Teams we
Albany
played against.
Maulers, you name it,
Yep.
right? If you had to play against one of these teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only way they were gonna play you was reason X or at place X. You being a competitor you are, we gotta play these motherfuckers, bro. They think that's gonna stop. I bet let's do that. And y'all did that. That's all that's happening right now with the guys, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's
I get
my
it. I get it.
that's it,
No, I
bro.
get it. Yeah, I get it. I'm not, like I said, I'm glad y'all got the game out the way. But I just hate that y'all had to go all the way down there to play it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I just felt like we up that way, up that way. It just needs to be. And I see the comments. How do y'all fix that regional thing y'all got up there?
Ah, and that's the thing about it, and that's why no, Sean Spencer, we're not. No, I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about Coach Black. We're gonna jump Coach Black in a second because he was saying, well, why don't the Ravens and the Knowles just play? Stop talking and let's play. I think that one, where we have run out of weeks. I think most people have run out of money,
Hmm.
and it really needs to happen during the course of a season going up to this point
Hmm.
where if we had gotten Ravens versus Knowles, would the Bombers have had a legit issue
In the sense of what?
of being left out?
No, because we would have went to the breakdown we went through yesterday and what got proven last night. We would have spoke about everything we spoke about, the 30 and 55 combined opponent records or whatever Willie said in regards to their shit yesterday, and the fact that they only played 5 teams in whatever region and blah blah blah. And we would have told them to fuck off, try harder next time, do more. Like that's it. That goes into what you guys were talking about of the weight of undefeated records versus the weight of an actual schedule of, you know, like the Sharks. That's why, they get the little pass from me because it's like I know who they lost to. I know who they played. I know who they went through. I know why they left. I know where they went. I know what they did. I know the quality of team. So it's like, all right, I see how
Yeah,
they got where they are.
but I think disqualifying them before here we go. Time to jump them. Time to hop them. Go ahead. Say what you want to say before we jump you. Go ahead.
I'm saying though, I mean, it's been obvious. I know all of New York and all of Detroit and all that. They've been talking Ravens and Seminoles all year long.
2
They've been trying to
years.
figure out a way to watch Ravens Seminoles all year long. But instead of getting what we want, we got to go through bullshit, go through that, go through this, and maybe have the smart conversation and do this shit. And y'all go through all of this shit for the obvious answer is still Ravens and no.
I
I mean,
think
I don't know why we always gotta try to go through all the obstacles and I get it, y'all trying to be politically correct and give everybody a chance, and you did. And the end result should still be Ravens and
I
Oaks.
hear Coach Black. I hear you.
Nah,
I think
I
the
disagree,
game can still
and we're
happen. I
jumping
think
you.
the
And
game can still happen
no,
this year.
I think no, Crow. No, I got it. No, that's my dude right there. So I got to jump him right now.
Go
So
jump.
I don't think you could say that because of when the Shamrocks beat the Knolls. I think New England has a claim to be in the conversation,
When did the
and that
Shamrock beat the Nose?
this was
2016.
What are
No,
we
no, no, no,
talking
no,
about?
no, no,
So
no,
what are we talking about?
no. Oh,
10
see,
years ago, because something happened
Drewski,
10
I
years.
thought you had my follow up, bro.
There's a
My
lot of
fault, bro.
conversations. There's a lot of
No, this
I
was
don't
conversations.
remember
You
what
want to
year
see
it
the
was.
two
It was
bets.
a few
no,
years ago. Maybe my
no,
year is
no, no,
wrong.
no, no. I want to say it was
What are we talking about?
2021. Maybe
That's what
it
I'm
was.
saying. That's what I'm saying. It was a few years ago. It wasn't as my
It
fault.
was
My
definitely
bad.
not 2016.
No, it
But
wasn't. It wasn't.
but again,
Yeah, it wasn't.
the last time the powerhouse from New England played the powerhouse from the Middle Atlantic states, New England won. So that's how they've had this swag about them of them being unbeatable. And by the way,
And
I'm
then them
saying
beating y'all.
right, and I'm saying Shamrocks beating the Knolls. I think that's 2021, maybe
It
2022.
is. It's 2021. It's 2021.
Yeah, I think it was
2021.
post. I think it was definitely post COVID, so it might have been 22. But on
No, it
top
wasn't.
of
I
that,
think they
by
came to Sunshine Ball in 22, I think, right? Or that, no, that was 23. That was 23. Never mind. Go ahead.
up
Keep going.
21, 22. And think about all the times they talk about the Taunton Gladiators coming to Kings Bay. That joint
Hmm.
happened like 15 years ago. So they hold on to that. So they believe as though they dictate the terms and they should always be in the conversation because they have the last lick, so to speak. Pause. So now this time, I think we had to give New England the game one way or another. And keep in mind, Detroit declined. Detroit already went USA Bowl and dragged the Oklahoma Bears, who had no business being there, into that
We
game as
all
well.
said that. We all said that though. That
Right?
was
And
unanimous. Like, why
we
is
were
that
saying
game
that
even?
for months.
Yeah,
We've been saying that. So
yeah.
if
We were saying that. Why is that game even being
right,
made? That's
so if
crazy work.
right, so if the granddaddy of them all is Ravens Knowles, when was that game gonna happen? Being that we still have not played the Sunshine Bowl yet.
So we have a opportunity in March to do something.
Ooh, talk about
There,
it. Talk spice it.
we have a ref clinic
Ooh.
in Baltimore where everything is
Ooh.
free.
It's nice in Baltimore in March too. It starts getting a little warm.
Everything is free.
Ooh.
Um, the guy that's running Flip, good friend of mine, he already put up a funny post already to make it to finish the other game. But for real, if they both teams
Pull
really
up
want to
to
play that
be
game,
more in March.
if they really want to play that game, March
Mm.
14th, there's a
Ooh.
field in Baltimore that is free refs,
Ooh.
free field,
Ooh.
and the refs pay a couple, not maybe about $400, maybe $500 per team, to play that game, and you might be able to negotiate more. Just depends how good the coach is.
Let me ask
But
y'all
my
something. Let me ask y'all
the
something.
point is that
Oh,
it's the opportunity to play that game.
spring
Let's just
season.
ask the obvious question.
Yeah.
Is that the beginning of somebody's season or the ending of somebody's season?
It
Second
Ooh.
will.
question. Second
So
question.
it's March 14th. Let me answer that question.
Mhm.
It will be the beginning of the spring season, but both these teams are summer fall teams. So
That's what is this
they,
their
they,
first game of the season or will this
Because
be
we
their
saw how
last
that
game of the
worked out
season?
for the Green Wave. That wasn't nice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is this because again, this seems like this would be their first
When
game of
does
the
the Big East
season.
season
So
start?
therefore, rosters are already
Our spring season
open.
starts then.
yeah, when does the New York spring season start? And then
March 30th.
okay, cool, because
March 30th. Oh, so that's good. It's March
The
14th.
Midwest doesn't do spring. Midwest doesn't start up until May.
That's
So
that's their problem.
right. So my point is there's an opportunity to play
That's
that Ravens nose game. We can
March
just
14th.
to me,
to,
that's
to
not a real opportunity because the Knowles started their season in July. That's like a 10-month season.
That's a very long season. That's like
That's a long
MLB
season.
type. That's like MLB, and that's why I say all that. What really needs to be tightened up is the distance between league championship day and Florida. There's been a lot of weeks where the Bombers were sitting doing nothing
well,
and
that was
cocky
that
about
was my point. That was one of the points I was trying to make. If you stay idle for too long, you're gonna drop in the rankings.
Yeah.
You gotta play some football.
right. But the other two bowls don't do that because they already struck the deal to be in the NFE game. This was, I think they announced that like before Thanksgiving. Like it might have been damn near Halloween when that was already decided. Because me and Menace were arguing about that in terms of the legitimacy of the Bombers and getting a 7 p.m. game anywhere with the type of schedule they had with the opponents, which we went over yesterday. What you got, Drewski?
Spence said March 30th is the start of the spring season. So Both of you guys saying etc. I'm just saying it's 2 weeks before the spring
Yeah,
officially
I just said that
starts.
though. I just said
Yeah,
March 30th.
Black said
March
March
30th.
30th.
So March 14th sounds green. Why they can't run another game? What you mean?
Because
And they
with
ain't got to
two,
pay for nothing. They ain't got to pay for nothing.
Right now we at January what? I'm
So
just
basically,
asking.
2 months from now. 2 months from
Two
now.
months, bro. 2 months to get ready and get sturdy. We a little road trip. A little road trip, right? Be
2 months of
4
no
hours.
football.
So it'll be 3.5 hours
Yo,
for the
bro, what did they
nose.
do before this Lockport game? How many
It'll be
months of no
seven.
football?
It'll be 7 hours for Detroit.
Yeah. And one way or another, this needs to be fixed because this is totally
It's already fixed. The game is not happening.
This is,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. It's
I know
already,
Hey,
I
Black.
know they
it's just a
smoked
year
that game.
wasted. It's a year wasted of talking about something. And again, I hear what y'all saying about the Ravens pulling out and all the other bullshit, but I'm saying we've been talking about this one game all year and didn't get a chance to see it. Literally.
True.
Ravens
We
came
didn't.
on the Bleezy page, was going off. Y'all don't travel. Y'all don't this. Y'all don't that. Y'all don't this. Y'all don't that. And then everybody's watching this, and then didn't make the game happen. So it's like, what are we talking about? Y'all been getting ratings on this every week, going live.
I
Talking about
The
every
Ravens,
tried.
the
Don't
Ravens
be
and
hating
me
on
I
the
thought.
ratings. Don't be hating on the ratings. 51 right now, 52 right now.
for a game
I
that
tried.
for
So
a game
we
that didn't
tried to
happen.
make that game happen, Black. We did. We tried to make that game
No,
happen.
I'm not saying you
We
didn't try
tried.
to
They
make it
just couldn't
happen.
make it happen. I was trying
Me
to make it
personally,
happen
I'm
in
saying the
Miami.
conversation's annoying to me if the game is not going to happen. That's just me personally. I'm not
But
saying
when the
nothing.
game but when the game happens, what you gonna say, Poppy? Like, come
I'm
on,
gonna
you
say
talking
it's
like
too late.
you talking like yo, nah, you talk about the Knicks. Look at our Knicks, baby. We good. Be patient.
We under
Be
Boston right now. You
patient.
want to start a fight?
Yo, it ain't
You want to start a
yo,
fight?
listen,
We
man. We
third place right now.
good.
You want to fight?
We
With no
good,
fucking
Bob.
what's
We
that
good.
with the messed up ACL? He's not even playing. They second place.
Jason
I don't want
Tatum, we good right
Tatum
now.
not
We
even playing. They
good.
second place. I don't want unless you want to fight.
And I don't want no beef, Black. It's good, man. Unless it's beef ribs, you heard? Because you be ducking, man.
I love you, man. I love you.
I
I
love
love
you
you.
too, bro. You're yeah, man. The game gotta happen, bro. That's the only game left for
That's
real.
all I'm saying. The game got to happen. That's all. That was my whole thing, man. I'm tired of talking
And
about
we
it, but
got
I'm
the
gonna listen to
man
y'all
right
talk about it
here.
some more.
I'm telling you when it can happen, but that's up to the teams. That's up to the teams.
Indeed. But yeah,
Well, next
I'm
year
still
after
standing on the Bombers really screwed the pooch on this thing by taking their ball and going to Florida with it.
That's true
Mm.
too.
let's
Because
see what happens though.
we had a local game and we played that local game. Win or lose, you play the local game here. Then you fly to Florida to play a stranger.
Yep.
You're right.
The Bandits. Yeah.
That bomber knows games
That's
should have been
why
played up
you
here.
heard. Look
You're
what
right.
Light said. The Nationals decide who's the top four and let the teams decide where they want to meet and play.
That's fine.
That
That's
goes to the neutral
fine.
site shit I was saying. Because you, like I was saying, all your states that you cover predominantly, bro, are good for even this time space playing football, bro. So now we go to SC. SC not freezing cold like New York right now. It might not be as warm as Florida necessarily, but we go to SC and get crazy right now. We go to Texas. Why we can't go to Texas?
Listen, I've been down to put a couple games on in Houston.
Shit like that. That's what I'm saying, bro. You the man with the plan. Let's do some shit, man. Word, bro.
But one way or another, I think the minimum opponent thing clears a lot of stuff up.
Yeah, listen, Pat. I swear to God, next time we do a board meeting, I'm definitely bringing that. I might even bring you on just so you can say it the way you said it.
Yeah, because I think that's where we end up. So even if the Bombers end up playing three more opponents, right? We get a better idea of what type of team they are. And I don't think we run into what we ran into yesterday. And
I
keep in
think that's
mind
the
as
whole.
well,
That's a good point, Pat.
let's
That's the
rephrase
whole
this, by
point
the
of the
way.
regional games, though. That's the whole
Right.
point of the regional
Here
games.
but here's the thing, and I think that we have to, again, going back to my idea, the fact that teams relied on their previous year's resume does it makes sense, especially since not everybody has film that's posted, although they should, and things like that, where we are unknown about how good a team really is until
There's
pretty
no
much the
reason
last
not
minute.
to have film no more. There's no
Understood.
reason not to have film no more.
But look at how the Bombers were really jacking the Admirals accolades and using that as their resume. How does that look right now? I mean, Drewski, get my back on this one, my guy.
Nah, for sure.
I didn't hear any of that Admirals talk, the we and this and us and all that stuff.
They tried to run it because of the region, but they had to like, yeah, bro, that's just that, dog.
That's
That's
not
just not
you.
real. That's not y'all. And even if it is, all y'all old motherfuckers too slow. Like I said too, bro. All that shit don't count no more, bro. Cut that shit out.
I have an easy suggestion.
Talk about it.
Easy suggestion.
What's up?
All summer leagues be wrapped up by October. Have November just be regionals. November, you set up. We figure out who's where, and make sure those games happen before the end of November. I really think that's an easy thing. People want to try to
So,
have a cusp on the entire summer
Yeah, but that's
and
them
try to
niggas up
start it in
north, bro.
August
Them niggas
and,
don't do no.
and
They the only
September. I
ones
don't
with
know
an
why
off
we do that.
schedule, bro. Them niggas up north, the only ones with an off schedule out of all of us, bro. Everybody else runs the same fucking time.
Nah, because
bro.
even our leagues up here run into November. They shouldn't run into November. I think that
so
we
I
should
mean,
make sure all of our leagues are done before November,
Mm.
so we could just have November straight regionals.
Go,
In
go
case I
ahead,
got to
Black.
go to Kentucky,
so
in case you got to go to
I'm
Atlanta or something like that.
Go ahead, Black.
Say it about the bye weeks.
Summer bye weeks are stupid. They're
Super
fucking
bye
stupid.
weeks. Jesus
Play your
Christ.
So
games.
also depends on when you starting, right? Because again, we always gotta look at weather, right? For y'all up in the greater northeast, yeah, starting a little earlier so you can end before it gets super cold works. Then you got, of course, you got the teams going more towards the south where they can start a little bit later and have a little bit more of their summer. So I hear your November for your region, for up there, being done by November may be the way to go. But we do have mechanisms for these games. Matter of fact, your team played in one last year. You know what I'm saying? Y'all won that joint. And then y'all just played the Bulls, you know what I'm saying, came up short, but y'all still going through the process. I think
Yeah,
that a
but
lot
Crow,
of
we agree that you're not
The problem we agreed
Yeah.
that the
no,
problem
I'm saying
was we agreed that a problem was a bowl system which leads a first year team that played 5 teams into the number 1 spot. That's what
what I'm
happened.
saying is, and I'm
That's
keep
what
going
happened.
back to it.
That shit is
I'm
crazy.
saying some people are down with executing the process, and some people want a cheap go.
so
They want a
now
cheap stay.
who will sit there and say,
Especially out of the 3 bowls and especially out of all the league owners, hey, look, if you don't participate in regionals, you will not get a Florida bid.
Right? Right? It'd be that easy.
It's literally that easy.
It's literally
It
that
is
easy.
that easy. And that's how the Bombers broke the system this year. No, we're not doing it. They're like, no,
Mm-hmm.
no,
It's in
no,
Florida, right here.
no.
This
Us
bowl.
we'll see you
Absolutely.
in Florida, and we're cocky about it.
too. We'll see you in Florida.
It was
No,
so ass, bro. You saw how
no,
ass they was.
no.
So
Absolutely.
as long as there's bowls, and I'm saying this, as long as there are people who just want to put games on, this is why I do respect some of them because they tell you, hey, we just want to put good games on. They don't care. It's got to be up to everybody to say, I'm not fucking with a system that doesn't care about the community. I don't care what their process is. Your process is your process, but as long as you're doing it in earnest. The other
Tap
bowls,
Dave Smith in with us. You saying get Dave Smith up here?
Yeah, tap him in.
All
Tell
right.
Dave Smith
So
to
I'll
cut
back
that
out.
out.
I'll back out. I'll back out
Pat.
because
No. I back out. No. 'Cause this is what I want to happen. Pat, when Sean
Yeah.
get back on there, ask him how is he helping the national scene and getting teams in nationals, and ask him does he support it, all right?
Gotcha.
oh boy.
Okay.
While Crow was on the phone.
Of course on the phone. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ.
And I know Sean was trying to get back on. Oh, there is DK. If he keeps on interrupting me and thinking that he's going to host my show, he's getting kicked again. Just so you
I know. That's why I laugh.
know.
I know Spence too, so he's gonna get kicked off again.
Oh man. So,
Yeah.
Drew, actually, I have to ask the question, right?
Talk about it.
What is Spence doing to help the scene on a national scale, especially being a league?
You have to ask me that?
Now I have to ask Spence that.
Oh, not me. I'm like, oh.
Oh. And now he doesn't. Now he's not answering. Coming back on. He tried to come on back. Okay, whatever. All right. So we got the
Oh,
bomb.
wait. So
Oh,
wait.
there he
Is
is.
Kelman's not on the thing?
Kelvin is not on the thing. He
I created
asked.
more national games than anybody else in this conversation.
That's
That's
false.
not
But
that.
go
That
ahead.
really wasn't
That's
his
not
question.
accurate.
No.
Not,
That's not accurate.
maybe not you, Crow, but I'm saying
Okay.
I've taken I've taken teams. I've taken. Let's see how many teams have I taken? I've created games. Not even my own team. I went to the West Coast 10 times. I went to Florida fucking twice. I went to
Okay.
fucking Iceland.
Gotcha. Okay.
International.
So now hold on, because I don't want to boot you.
Waiting for the fucking
Um,
Iceland.
Right. So let me just ask the question. Right.
Tell me
The
again
question.
about national.
No, the question that was asked is, what are you doing currently to support the national scene and the culture and the community that has nationals or a national championship as a as a valuable commodity, so to speak? Can you answer the question currently and not historically?
Uh, Currently before this year, or currently like up to after this year?
Did you just say currently and then said before,
Oh
as though you
Lord.
don't know the
Like
definition of currently,
currently,
sir?
like what I'm about to do, or currently like what I'm
That's the that's the
what I
What
did
you
in the
done in the
past.
last 24 months?
that's the definition of currently,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm not supporting. This is trash. I'm not supporting trash.
Yeah, what have you done in the last 24 months? There
Yeah,
you go.
I'm not supporting trash.
Okay, so what are you doing currently?
What?
Is it?
Wait. We set up a game. We set up the ECFL versus the EFA championship game. That was a bowl game that we just created. Like that was like what 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. What was
Beautiful.
Yeah,
that?
it was
I
beautiful.
would say that would also
That was
count
a
as
better
currently.
production. That was a better production than any game I saw yesterday.
Gotcha. We got that part. Got it. So anything else
Okay, so in the
currently?
last 24 months, I did do something, right?
Yeah,
You did.
I
And it
think
was and
current.
it was better than the Nationals.
I would agree with that as well. So
Okay.
can you answer the question,
Now,
please?
yeah, the answer is I'm totally I'm checked out of this whole Nationals conversation because the last few years it's been garbage. It's not what it was. And again, I
Okay,
hate being that
okay.
old.
That's still not answering the question. There, we know we spent like an hour on why everything is bad, but that's not the question. The question is, what are you doing moving forward?
Oh, moving forward,
That's
we're gonna be doing a lot.
a
Moving
What's your
forward,
lot.
we're gonna be doing a lot.
so what's your
I think we're
lie?
gonna I think the people that I'm talking to are gonna rearrange what this really is.
You dealing with East Coast locker room?
Yes,
All right,
So
bet.
I was in East Coast locker room yesterday.
here's let me ask you. Say you're gonna rearrange what this is. Again,
Yes.
this is where I always say, let's preface this, where you're gonna rearrange for your region, because I
No.
feel like
No. Listen. No, I'm not. I'm not talking about my region. Yeah, this is why people get it confused because it's like this is a more
Don't get it
complicated
confused.
conversation that we could have in 45 minutes on a
it's
live.
not that complicated though. It's not that complicated because I think everybody wants to build a new wheel, right? Right?
Nah,
And
I don't want a new wheel. I just want a different wheel.
oh, that's a new wheel. New is different. By
No, I don't
um,
want to reinvent the wheel. I'm not looking to reinvent the
well,
wheel.
but I
That
feel
would be
like that's
silly.
what folks are trying to do, right? When you all we have to do is stop supporting entities that don't give a
Correct.
fuck about our
Yes.
game.
Yes. I listen. I agree with you. The other day when I came on the live, I know that was short live too. I wasn't really trying to. I was being a little dodgy myself, but I'm saying I agree with you 100%. And listen, I don't think that what you're doing is bad. I don't think that the NFE is bad or any other stuff. I don't think it's necessarily bad. I just think it's not what it should be, and we keep supporting, and they give us less and less and less.
Okay. So this is a wheel.
Okay, so listen. Let's talk
This is
about it.
no. This is not the same wheel. Otherwise, it would be a new wheel. Now, with that being said, again, this is now the second time I'm saying it. I don't need you to tell me what everybody else is doing wrong. I need you to tell me what you are going to do moving forward.
So
That is the question.
I personally am going to get re-involved in what we were doing before, and I'm talking about before, like back when it was 5-star, back when it was even before 5-star, because it's just we need to have legitimate people running legitimate organizations, right?
Who are
And I mean
those? Who are those
Well,
people?
I mean, you're one of them, and you know you're one of them. That's why it's super annoying that you're being dodgy too.
I'm not
Like, yo,
being
when we
dodgy.
had
I have no problem helping out 150%. I'm obviously not going to have the Dave
Okay,
Patterson
so all
National
right, so let's
Championship game.
rewind. Let's rewind because it's not
Okay.
just going to be about our region, but what Patterson did with his rankings, right? What Patterson did with his rankings when he like actually watched film and showed film, and there's got to be a lot more of that, right? And then there's got to be a lot more of games not just in Florida, games not just in January, games not just in February. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be a lot more than that. It has to be a year-round thing. It has to be something that is legitimate. It can't be like somebody's opinion poll. They're 4 and they're 6. It can't just be that. It can't be that. There has to be better ways to figure it out. And I mean,
So
there used to be like the Harvest Bowl, and I keep bringing it back to the Harvest Bowl, right? The Harvest Bowl back in the day, before that became the Harvest Bowl one game. The Harvest Bowl, you had to win your championship or come in second place, right? You had to win or lose your championship. Then you had to go play teams in your region. That would make you win regionally, and then you would be invited to finally play in a championship. So you at least won a region by playing multiple games. It was not 1 or 2 games. It was like 3 or 4 games. So teams had to really like lock in and play multiple games. But then they played in real venues against real teams. And there was
so
no question if those teams were the top teams. It was no question.
So I'm gonna say this again. You're really just talking about your region because all the other regions do that. We have the Dirty Bowl. We have the tournament in the Midwest. We have the tournament in the South. The Northeast is the only people who don't participate anymore.
Okay, so name a team that's played somebody from the West Coast in the last
Uh,
10 years.
the Fayetteville Ducks just played the Outlaws. The Sumter Sharks played Beach
So
City.
what
Capital City went out to we went to fucking Houston to play the fucking Capital City
again,
Bison.
you keep
But
saying teams that
you
are in the
literally
Midwest.
just asked him the question. He's giving
I just
you
And
a
he
answered
answered
bunch
with
of
teams that are not on the West Coast.
the Long Beach,
okay.
Long
Long
Beach
Beach.
Giants are
I
Long
don't have a map
Beach.
in front of me, but I do know Long Beach is in California.
Right.
I'm
Long Beach is one that again, you
These
But
are
guys
the
are
on the West
arguing.
Coast.
okay, stop for a
That's
second. Stop
Yo,
for a
one
second.
Pop,
game, right?
But
That's one
stop,
game.
stop,
good
stop,
and
stop,
chill.
stop, stop, stop,
Four
stop for a
games.
second.
We've had like 5 West Coast teams come out in the last 5 years. What are you talking about? That's what I'm
Okay, but
saying.
that's
I
what I'm
think you're not paying attention to. I think everybody's so got such a myopic view of what they want to do. If we just support this, and this is not even shameful plug. Just support the Sunshine Bowl and look what the fuck we're doing. And you'll see we're doing it already. Instead of trying to create a new will, just help us. God damn.
Say Will.
Got him.
no.
God damn. It's already
That's
there.
what
Just
Henry
everybody
gonna
wants to
need.
do their own
You
shit.
really asked him a question. He's
Just
answering the question.
lock the
No.
fuck in. We already do it.
If you're equating one game a year
It
and
He
okay.
didn't say
teams in the
one game a
Midwest as
year.
West Coast.
That's not
He didn't say one game a year.
what he's doing,
He
Spence.
didn't say that. No.
And we do spring nationals, right? And we do 15 fucking games a year. What are you talking
Again, see,
about?
this is what I'm trying to say. You turn this into me versus you.
No,
Like
it's not a me versus
I'm
It's
you.
not.
It's
not.
not a me.
It's you not listening though.
It's not a me
What do
versus
you mean I'm
you.
not listening? I'm right here
Because
listening.
you
I'm
literally
saying,
asked the question. Then you said you didn't name a California team. He
bro,
said
who is the
Long
best?
Beach, which is
Bro,
in
who's the best team
California.
in the West?
Then he said it's just
Bro,
one. And then he said I
no,
named
no, no.
5.
You see,
And
this is what I mean about you. You say about talking over you, but you're talking over me.
yeah,
Bro, who's the
that's the
best?
way too early
Who's
with
the best
popcorn.
5 teams?
Oh my god. Gotcha. So I'm gonna bring him back on in a second, but I have to think for a second. Crow, can you please explain what exists right now?
What exists right now? We have a Road to Sunshine tournament that happens in November, December timeframe. We
Okay.
have the Dirty Bowl that happens the first Saturday in January. We have Spring Nationals. As far as Spring Nationals, we do champion versus champion. We already have these things in place. We also try to push champion versus champions like we did this year, where we got the nose Lockport, and then we got the game he set up. And they're in those teams are coming to Sunshine Bowl. What I'm trying to say is we get more people thinking the same way that we already have in place with Sunshine Bowl. I don't give a fuck if you call it chocolate cake, right? Call it the chocolate cake bowl. All I'm saying is if we all get on the same process that we already have in place
Spence is fucking nuts, bro.
and make it better. I don't have no problem with saying we like to evolve if we make it better instead of trying to invent a new wheel with real people. Like I'm not a real fucking person, right?
I know
And
what a
it's not
wheel
taking.
is. I
Is
know it, not the same
I'm not
wheel.
saying. I'm not
Therefore,
saying.
new
I'm
wheel.
not saying what we got is the end all be all. What I'm saying is instead of trying to go on this new adventure,
Let's
how
structure
about
what
we?
we have. Just similar to when we spoke about semipro.org. If
Right.
we organize the games that are already occurring, give them validity, and then
Exactly.
add what is missing, whether that be more West Coast games in places in California that apparently Long Beach does not include for some odd reason. Stop
Shot.
laughing. Stop laughing,
Bruh.
Dripski. Yo, my man said
Bruh.
none in California. Okay. Now, Spencer, we'll give you another shot.
Now I think, and
Hold for a second.
the
Yeah.
California guys, instead of coming to Charlotte this last year, he said new places. We do them in Charlotte. We have Atlanta. We
I
only
heard
do
that.
Florida in February because that's as far as weather is concerned. That's just the best place to do it. But doing the other parts of the year, we don't even go to Florida. So the things that he's talking about, it would be nice if we got a group of people,
And
like
by the way,
Spencer's
spring
saying,
spring nationals is a relatively new thing. Spring nationals is only how many?
this
5 years
five,
old.
Get up out of here,
this would be
Patty.
our 6th year, right? Doing the spring
Ask Stretch
nationals.
back.
Yeah, this would be our 6th year doing the spring nationals. And I tell you what, we had the last 2 spring nationals was crazy, especially the 3A game. The 3A
Right.
games were really good. We had Brooklyn Seminole versus the Gladiators, which came down to a 2-point conversion, 42-40, great game. And then we had the Phoenix, which is West Coast,
Mhm.
Outlaws versus the Fayetteville Ducks, which also came down to overtime. Like, so we're getting some good games
Okay.
from the West Coast.
Right.
Also, we had the motherfucking Long Beach Giants play a team from South Carolina. And then we had a couple other games, lower games from the West Coast. You know, they didn't play in the big games, but lower games that went on during the course of the last 5 years. What I'm trying to say is
Uh-huh.
let's be force multipliers. That's the
Right.
military term.
Yeah, I got it.
And
You there?
instead of creating a new will, right? Take the will that we got. Let's put some more tread on that motherfucker and let's roll out. I'm not saying we got to call it. You can have your own brand. Let's just work together with it. It feels like what Sean was saying, and I'm not taking it personal. It's that we're going to do the same thing we always do. This is broke. Let me create my own new thing. Okay, you stay around for a year or two. It gets too hard, and then they fucking go away.
Hold on, before you start, I just wanted to say I knew that was going to happen. That's why I said let's ask that specific question. Just know I knew that was going to happen. It's just like asking the other side, you know what I mean? What's the plan with healthcare? They tell we got a plan. We got a plan. But you don't never hear it. We never hear the plan.
So we have a plan, and
No,
all
no,
I'm
I'm not talking
saying
about
is
you. I'm
Yes,
not talking about you. I'm not talking about
we
you.
know we heard a plan.
Pro,
We
I'm not
heard the
talking about you.
question.
but I was saying, but I want
We
Sean Spencer take our plan, make it better.
But did
If
he
you
explain his plan?
we
no,
understood that.
That's all I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all I'm saying. That's why I asked specifically what is his plan, and his plan is to say F your plan.
Did you like my diagram?
I love your diagram. It was absolutely amazing. I just want to know. I knew that was going to happen, so I'm gonna back out. And I'm gonna listen to the adults speak
Pause.
again. Pause.
Yeah.
whatever. Keep calling Texas the West Coast. Texas is not the West Coast. I get it. It's the Southwest. Whatever.
Yeah. In the 1800s, it was the West Coast. Um,
But Arizona's is the West Coast. Seattle is. We had a team from Seattle come over to DC before. Seattle's the West Coast. We got fucking California's the West Coast. We've had these teams come over.
Now sorry to cut you. Here's another gentleman who works very hard at getting games to against between teams from different leagues and to try to get as much on the boards in terms of eliminating or just eliminating the debate on who's number one because we kind of prove it on a football field. And that's Mr. Duncan. How you doing, sir?
What's up, Dunk?
Good, what's up with y'all,
Be
man? How
there,
y'all
brother.
doing, though?
Good. Now I am gonna make you say that I was right about the whole rental car thing and the random high school in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna make you say that I was right about that.
Me?
Me?
No, I'm saying me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course you. You're the one was talking about how dudes should
No,
rent
listen.
cars and drive 40 miles into the wilderness to play at some random high school in the middle of nowhere.
No, those were not my words.
I mean, those were kind of your
And
words.
you know those wasn't my words. I did agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, me and Crow talked about this because I have a connection on something that I'm not willing to speak on this early yet.
Uh-huh.
But I agree with you when you said the venue is the key point.
Okay. And you also said that I couldn't afford a rental car. You said that to me.
I said that.
Oh, that was funny.
You definitely did.
I didn't say you couldn't afford one because you were in one when you were talking to me. You were driving it.
No, that was after you said it. And it was kind of ironic
Yeah.
that as you were telling me I couldn't afford a rental car, I was in a rental car. I forgot where I was
No,
at.
I was saying there are people that can't afford it. Yes, that's understandable. Some people can't get it because they don't even have a major credit card.
Facts.
So that's understandable.
Yo,
But
everybody at home, way too early with Pat. Like we're pausing for like station identification. Duncan told me I couldn't afford a rental car. Just so you know. All right, good. Back to Duncan. Good, Duncan. What you
man,
got?
listen. Ultimately, I keep saying this, right? As long as there is not a governing body, this will continue to have hiccups. People are doing the best that they can with what they have, right? But let's be honest, the main factor here is money, finances.
True.
You already dealing with the misfits of football. They can't even pay team fees. Some of them got warrants, license ain't up to par, don't got no car. Their priorities messed up in their regular life, right? But you're forced to deal with it because that's just what you have, right? So you have to find, I keep telling everybody, you don't have to like this era, but you have to let them have their time and learn how to work with it in the best possible way, right? So with that being stated, we have to find new ways of doing things. We can't stick on the old shit, man. The old shit is dead. It's done. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that. So you got to realize, like, take, for instance, referees, right? You got people who, you know, they've been sticking with the same refs for 10, 20 years. Those refs get old and they get very, 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 they get aggravated. They get aggravated real quick. You know what I'm saying? Over time. That's why you got to, just like you got to stop recycling and start recruiting, you got to do that with referees too. At some point, though, you got to be like, let me get some new blood in here that can handle this new age, this new era. You got the old motherfucker 70 years old on the sideline. He ain't even got no continued education. He don't even know the motherfucking rules. And he get called out his name and he ready to walk. Oh, I feel threatened. I'm gone. He's used to an old way of football to a degree, and he ain't got it in him no more. So that little $130 he making for the game, let's be real. Dang up, that's his cell phone bill. He ain't got to stick around for that. He gone. But I'm going to say this. And this ain't no knock on anything. I'm just going to state the facts. Until we actually shoot for a higher realm in everything that we do, which is even the venue, right? I don't care if the venue $500 and you save money. That doesn't mean it's the best possible choice right now. It may be financially, but there's other check boxes that you got to check, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm going to these games. You want to sell shirts, you want to sell ring, you want to do these things. That's cool, right? But the venue, the experience is what people are really coming for. If you can't create an experience, then what we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have been to NFE, I'd have been to Sunshine, I'd have been to USA. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I'm at USA. A couple of the Ravens, we chopping it up. Shout out to the Ravens. They like, yeah, we went to the Target to go grab a couple things. And then, we checking out. The lady like, oh, what are you guys doing here? Oh, we here to play football. Football where? Ain't no way you been there for what? The better part of 10 plus a decade? And the city don't even know you exist?
Woo.
At all?
Woo. I played it. I played a game in Canada the first year that we were up there was posters of the game, a promo of the game posted, printed out flyers throughout our hotel and in the neighborhood. It wasn't a national championship, and it was our first year there. Full effort.
And I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna be a little messy, right? You can't send out, hey, you want to play in a natty? You want to play in a natty? You want to play in a natty 20 days before a quote unquote national, bro. I got inboxes from other teams, screenshot they shit, send it to me like, yeah, done. What's this about? You wait till December 24th to be like, hey, and it's not you have an official invite, it's, hey, do you want to play in a national championship game? I'll drop receipts because at this point I am sick of the bullshit, bro. And shout out to those who did it for a long time, but pass the torch.
Ooh.
Pass the torch, bro. I'm on to that shit, man. Like, Crow, someone pass the torch to Crow. You get what I'm saying?
The Wiggins.
The Wiggins. You feel me? Like, shout out to the NFE. But my man is 91 years old. He a good 91. He go up the stairs. He festive. You feel me? He's solid.
Was he the one calling the game?
He's 91 years old.
Was he on the microphone?
No, it was another old man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! How many?
In the press box was full of nothing but old people, bro.
There's shuffleboard up
We
there.
could tell, bro. We could tell.
And
We
there was
heard
a.
We heard him.
Listen to
You
me,
heard?
bro.
Oh my God.
I'm talking about, I walk in there. I'm joking around. I say, damn it. Hey, listen. I ain't gonna go too in depth in it, but it's time to let the new age reign supreme, bro. Let them reign, bro. You can't drop a ranking and have a top 10 team at 6-6.
Talk to him.
And
That's
shout out
all
to
I'm
Glass
saying.
City. My boys, I fuck with Glass City. I don't got no smoke or none of that. But I understand that. Listen, bro, it's certain things that you just can't do because, and I'm going to say this, it ain't no disrespect to nobody. Please don't take this the wrong way. But because a team is coming to your system does
Good
not
looks,
mean they
Black.
automatically go to number one, bro. You made a team number one because they're coming to your bowl system when they are not the number one team in the nation, and that shit got shown by the goddamn nose, bro.
But let me say something, bro. Respect to the Ravens, but the team they just played was a trash can too. The same type of
Whoa,
situation.
hold on, wait. The Bears really aren't
No
a trash
disrespect. Let me
team.
not even say that. Let me do the
They're not a
pardon me.
trash
I
team,
got
bro.
let me pardon me.
They're not the number.
Hold
They're
on.
not top five in the
They
nation.
look like they were completely outclassed by the Ravens, bro, and that should not be a
So
narrative.
hold on, time out. So let me ask you this: is it that they were trash, or was the Ravens that good?
Nah.
I don't know, bro.
I'm not gonna say.
I'm not going to say they were. No,
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
think
say
that
the
they're.
Ravens aren't that good. I'm gonna
No,
say
They're great.
You said
They're
what?
a great
I
organization.
would.
all right, but
I
look,
would take
if for
Lockport
Cincinnati, look,
over
the same thing I
Oklahoma.
just told Crow. My fault, Pat. I don't want to expense you. Let me just talk to my
Have
bros
you
in the
seen?
back.
All right, look, can I
Let
say
me
this real
ask
quick?
you. Talk to me.
A
I'm gonna
lot of
ask you
people.
after. Talk to me. I'm gonna roll up.
Good.
Go. No, you go, bro. You go first. I'm gonna go after.
Let me tell you the main problem I got with people that got an opinion.
Mhm.
They never. The one thing I give Pat his credit on when he talked from his experience. This man has seen teams with his own eyes. A lot of y'all never seen shit outside of y'all neighborhood and got an opinion. How you don't like seafood and you ain't never had it?
Let me tell you
Like,
now.
too many people opinion is based on something they never experienced. You got niggas that hate police who ain't never been pulled over.
Shit like that. I'll take all that, right, bro?
I get what you're saying, bro.
Now,
But I physically have
I'm gonna
seen
detract my
great scene
statement. Look,
Raiders.
I've seen all of them though, but look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take that statement back because that adds validity to your statement in regards to unnecessary sideline shit, right? Straight to the point though, bro. You can't tell me that the two best teams are not the Ravens and the nose, bro.
I
Right?
didn't say that. Don't never came out of my mouth.
Nah, I'm not, that's what I'm saying. Look, I'm not debate. I'm not trying
I
to debate
fuck
you
with
on
the
having
nose.
said
I
that.
love the
That's
nose.
what I'm
I love
saying,
the
bro.
nose.
But look what I'm saying.
So who do you have at number
So hear me,
3?
Mr. Duncan. Look what I'm saying. No, let me finish, Pat, please.
I'm sorry. Good.
Let me finish. Look, all I'm trying to say, bro, without disrespecting the Michigan team, because you're right, everything you said, bro. The two best teams in the land right now is the Nose and the Ravens, bro. We've been talking about that shit for 2 years. Everything lined up beautifully and perfectly for at least one of the three. I know that fucking your bro Crow would have took that game and made it look real nice for them. They had options, bro. They chose that USA shit. You just finished saying that the USA ain't exactly what you would have wanted to be, what you think it should be. And me knowing enough about you and what you do, I know that that's probably a valid statement. The same thing I just finished saying about Crow, bro. I said both of y'all. I don't know if you heard it, but I said both of y'all. I'm not debating none of the shit you on, bro. But what I'm saying is, bro, the game we want to see is the Ravens and the Nose. Everything lined up for that, bro. They ducked that smoke. They shouldn't have played the Michigan niggas, bro. They should not have, bro.
Oklahoma.
Yo, Oklahoma. No disrespect,
Can I
Oklahoma.
can I raise my hand on this when you
Talk
done?
about it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there's a lot of moving pieces that you're not privy to. Okay, it wasn't about ducking anyone. And I'm gonna say this because I talked to both Smina and I talked to T Sims. Neither bodies have ducked each other. Let's just get that out here. No one has ducked anyone, right? You can't fault somebody. Okay, let me give you some history. The Bears beat the Ravens in 2020, right? They have hung on to that after an internal situation happened with the Ravens. They ended up not being able to win the game. Okay, cool. It wasn't no blowout. They just lost. For 5 or 6 years, that has been hung over their head for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for them, okay, the opportunity arose to kill that noise, right? Let me kill that noise. Now, it's crazy. I had a conversation. I'm not going to say too much of the conversation, but me and T Sims spoke today, and he agreed. He said, now we have to make that game happen. So we're going to do everything in our power to make the Brooklyn Seminoles and the Detroit Ravens play.
I
I got a
have a
place in the
follow-up question,
venue.
Mr. Duncan.
I got a place
My
in the
last
venue, and
follow-up.
it'll be free. That's
Mm.
why.
Look what I'm saying. All right, I understand that. I understand even that.
Where do
But
and
what they
the
did, look,
whole
they chose.
that venue for a vendetta game is what the
That's what I'm saying,
disagreement is
bro.
about.
That's what it's about. Because now at the end of the day, what you just said is cool, but they let that supersede the fact that the national game that would have been undeniable is them playing against the nose, them beating the shit out of each other, and nobody from either side, from any other team, from anywhere else, being able to debate who the
All right.
current best team in the country is, bro.
All right.
Because
So
who
I'm going
knows
to
what's
say
gonna
this.
happen
Okay.
next year for either team. Now we anticipating what?
That's
Both of them doing the same thing? Look
that's
what happened with
understandable.
Racine. Look what happened with Racine, bro. They came to fuck with y'all and got fucked up because you got the comp for them, right? So what happens now if the Ravens or the nose fall off even a little bit? Now it's gonna be Pacquiao versus Floyd when we don't need it, when we really need it right now. That's all I'm saying, bro. And you
I
can't
understand
debate
that.
me on that, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. I understand that, but I'm on the inside, so I know why decisions were made. You don't have to understand it, but you have to respect it. You
Yeah,
ain't gotta
we
understand
definitely
it.
respect it. Definitely
You don't
respect
gotta
it.
understand it. I don't care. People can talk. You can say all this, but I know. Listen. Before anything, I'm a businessman. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, as long as a good game is played, which a good game was played, a team lost. Someone has to win. Somebody has to lose. I want y'all to understand, though. Remove the stigma of people ducking. It is business. That's it. It's not personal.
That's fair.
That's all I'm saying. So you got to understand, I can only think from a business standpoint because I am not in it in that level. I'm in it to make good football. If it's good football, then we win across the board. Yes, would that have been an excellent game? Yes. Did the cards line? No. No, they didn't. But it wasn't
So
because people were ducking.
understood. So do you think that yesterday's game between them ended up being a waste of time?
No.
Okay.
No. And I'm going to tell you why, right? If you're a
Awesome.
Raven, stop thinking like yourself and think if I'm a Raven and I wanted to remove a stigma or I want to get some get back or I wanted to prove a point. Prime example, right? The
Mm-hmm.
CMFL in the last 2 to 3 years have gotten their asses kicked. Illinois Cowboys beat the Joplin Crusaders. Ravens beat the Missouri Cyclones. Ravens beat the Oklahoma Bears. Sheboygan, I think it was, played the Kansas City, whatever the fucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's also another point.
That's a hell of a name.
It's another point being proven outside of this shit than just the East Coast. It's some shit we proven over here too. So
Okay.
the game was not a waste of time.
Now let me just ask this then.
I'm gonna let Pat cook.
If we're trying to support, and by the way, New York supports national events more than most regions in the country. We send more teams to Florida. Correct me if I'm wrong. We send more teams to Florida and to nationals, and by the way, as Spence was saying, to other invitational games, preseason games. New York teams support national semi-pro stuff more than any other region. I'm gonna say that's a fact. Disagree?
I kind of disagree.
How?
I think it's
You
even. I
biased
mean,
to the Midwest too, bro. You
No.
just like us.
I
You
was
just
actually,
like us, bro. You
listen,
just like
bro.
us, bro. You just
Speak for
like
a second.
us.
You see how you jumped the gun? I was gonna say it was pretty even, bro.
it's
Okay.
pretty even.
Well,
It's pretty.
here. Okay. I don't think it's even because when you look at not just again, we're focused on the marquee game of the AAA national championship, but when you look down the line, when you look at we have double A teams that travel
Are
that
you
go to
are you
Florida.
talking about for all 3 national events?
I'm not only that, I'm talking about Vegas Bowl. I'm talking about teams that go to California. We had a team in the spring go to one of those national tournaments or whatever in Texas. That was the Golden Eagles. Went to Texas and won a game. Our teams go to whether you want to say accredited, non-accredited, whatever. Our teams travel to other semi-pro to other areas in the community as
I
pro
will
says
say that.
of
I will
semi-pro
say
more than
that.
anybody.
I would say it's
I
even.
will I would I would say
From
it's
my
even.
vantage point, is even. I think it's about even because I think everybody has their moment, right? Some years are better than others for certain areas, but overall, I think it's some years you get the Northeast on it, some years you get Midwest really going. It just really depends. I wouldn't give
Well,
one
this what
area.
well, Crow. Do you consider New England to be in the same region as the Middle Atlantic states?
No.
Gotcha. So if even our worst teams are collaborating and going up north all the way up to like Massachusetts and such in New England and such. And by the way, those same teams are also going down to Baltimore. So for example, you even know firsthand, Crow, that New York and New Jersey teams, they routinely go down to Virginia, not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Go down to
Yeah.
DC, DMV, no big
Yeah.
deal, right?
Right.
So if we're supporting the culture in New York, which is part of the frustration, and I get the bravado of New York is a little bit too much sometimes, but if we're acknowledging that these particular events are the Super Bowl of the year, right?
Right.
We kind of don't want to hear that you have
Vendetta games,
a vendetta game that's going to be in lieu of the Super Bowl,
the game.
like the
So I
80
will.
like the
So Brooke.
85 Bears weren't going to tell the Patriots, well, nah, we didn't beat the Dolphins. We want to have the Dolphins in the Super Bowl because they beat us in Week
Listen
Five.
though, but didn't Brooklyn just do the same thing against the Bombers? Right. I think it's
No,
kind of
we
like the
had
same
that's the
thing.
thing.
No,
Time out.
no,
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 It's not the same thing because I kind of
let me explain.
no.
okay.
Look, if the Ravens would have been willing to play the nose in any of the Natty games, any of them, they could have picked the Natty.
It's not a willing thing though. Stop
I'm
saying
just saying
that,
in the
bro.
sense of
I say,
yo
okay, the
again. The
Knowles were
nose held no
chasing with the
cards.
highest.
The nose
With,
didn't hold no cards. Dude, what cards did the nose have? They were number 2 in every John, right? So now it's like, all right, yo, Ravens, can we get that game? All right, we can't get that game. All right, yo, Bombers, can we play y'all in the regional so that now when we play the Bombers in the regional, we got another win so we could go see what's up with the Ravens. That's why
Bombers said
the
nope.
Bombers
We
said
got our
no.
spot. If you want to
Okay.
Then
play us, you got
the
to see us in
Ravens,
NFL.
the Ravens had the, and then the Ravens also said that they were playing in this natty and whatever the fuck is going on with that natty. we were either gonna play being the nose in the fucking the sunshine or wherever the bombers is at. Wherever the best game is where we're gonna play. Whoever the best team that's willing to play us is, we're gonna play them. That's what the nose was on. And
Okay.
from my understanding, the Ravens game couldn't happen for the reasons you said. I'm not gonna say they ducked. I'm gonna say the Ravens game couldn't happen because of the reasons you said, right, Mr. Duncan Bet. Now, Mr. Crow, you already know. We already spoke about what we spoke about in regards to, but the nose didn't just play against the. They played against the fucking what you call this? Because they were the Bombers, because they were number one in somebody's poll, and that gets them more clout than playing against Fayetteville. That's why they played against the Bombers. But if the Ravens would have took that game or had the availability for that game, they'd have played the Ravens. And that's the game I wanted to see. That's the two best teams, bro. That's all I'm saying. And the reason you said they played against the Oklahoma team because they owed them from 5 years ago, it's like it ends up being what happened with the Nose and the Bombers, but that's not what the Nose wanted to play it as. That was the hand they had to play.
Okay. Respect.
I understand that, and you know, a decision was made, and I'm gonna tell you the other problem that we not talking about, right? A lot of these leagues end so late, and you got a lot of pressure coming from, and I don't want to say
That's what
too
Black
much.
said
That's why
just now.
I can't really tell y'all a lot because it's like I can't speak on
It's
the
business,
business
bro. It's
behind
business. It's
scenes.
business. It's business.
It's like sometimes you get the pressure put on you in a sense, like, hey,
But the
my
time out, let me say the
hey,
same thing. Let me be clear with one thing on the Sunday. It's the Lord's Day, bro. Me and Crow used to clash same way, maybe even more. Or I used to clash with him. He ain't pay me no mind, no
Me
problem.
too.
No, I
Don't
didn't.
don't yo, bro. You the man, bro. You the man, bro. You the man, bro. So we gonna be on your ass, bro. That's it. You the man,
no,
but
I'm
I
used
get
to
but
it.
it.
but
I
you the
get it.
man,
I'm
bro.
used to
Niggas
it.
not debating. You got the plan, bro. You got the plan. But like somewhere in that business, you gotta remember it's football too, bro. We're not gonna just hear that business shit, bro. I
Listen,
understand. But you're gonna
it
hear us,
is, but
bro. That's all it is.
I
Don't take it
I
personal.
understand. Listen, I hear y'all niggas all year.
That's
I
it.
hear y'all niggas all
Both
year.
of y'all,
You
it's
can't.
perfect that both of y'all hear it. It's not nothing personal, bro.
No,
Don't
I
take
know it
it
ain't personal.
personal.
I want to get. I want it. Listen, all right. I'm gonna tell y'all something that I did. The minute y'all won y'all championship, I hit up Terry Sullivan. I say, yo, da 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 da. His words, oh, all right, I already got an opponent. We already got somebody. I'm like, damn, fuck. All right. Commitment was made, things was done, things were talked about that I also wasn't privy to. So I took a seat back, like, okay, let me sit back and watch. Once things came to my attention, I said, okay, now I understand why X, Y, and Z happened. If you notice when y'all won, I was the first nigga in the chat, like, yo, Brooklyn versus Detroit, let's
It's
go, right?
time. Yeah, and you got us excited.
I was the first nigga to do it.
And you got us excited.
Listen, unbeknownst to me, though, there were other hands at work, though. So I want y'all to know this is not a
But
dunk
why you
or
get
a
mad at us? All
close
right, but look, it's not even personal to Detroit, bro. Why you get mad when we say that they ducking? We just talking shit. It's not no.
because that's not
We want
true.
that game, bro. That's
I
all it
get it,
is.
but saying they ducking ain't gonna make the game happen any quicker. It's not.
God.
It
It's
might.
not.
But
It's
you
actually
can see you can see
it's
how, especially
counterproductive.
okay. So Duncan, our gateway to the Midwest is you.
That's what I'm
That
saying. There you go,
that is a
Pat.
fact,
Thank you,
right?
thank you. And we need
None of
that.
there is
The same way
nobody
y'all
else.
need that.
There is nobody else who with a voice in the Midwest to us other than you, let alone a credible voice.
Thank
So
you.
when
Thank you.
you
I appreciate that. I appreciate
And
you
we need
said
that.
it's time, Cass was like, okay, it's time,
that. I got you.
right? When that
And,
changed,
and I
you
got
didn't
you.
say nothing.
I like we got you out for it too.
Especially knowing
Yo,
Crow your
listen.
You know what I'm
mans. Y'all need to
saying?
make something straight,
Yeah.
You
bro.
listen. I gotta
Come
back my man
on.
Dunk up on this. He tried to make the game happen in Miami. He
Of
had the
course.
Ravens. He had the Ravens put in the application. The Nose had already had their application in. We were speaking to both sides, trying to make it happen, but both teams had their reasons for going where they went. We tried.
Mhm.
I promise you, we tried.
All right, say
swear.
that, say that.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, you did. You try. I'm not gonna. I'm not
Now we gotta
gonna.
let them cook, Pat. They both
I'm not
look.
gonna debate that. But
They go
one. But then.
far. They go
But
far.
one. No.
But
No.
shit.
No. No.
We were
But
not successful. We were
let's
not
be.
successful. We were
Let's
not
be
successful.
clear. One deal happened before the other. The Ravens committed before the Knowles did. So I'm
Honest,
not gonna. I'm not gonna
this is
put that
this
on
is
the
the catch.
Knowles at all.
This is the catch. This is the catch.
I gotta go to the gym. Y'all
The
fucking me
plan
up,
was
man.
and I'm gonna say this because
Mhm.
it's already said and it's over with now. The plan was to do both bowls.
They were
Ooh,
on a try.
that would
They
have
were
been.
gonna try to do both bowls.
That's a lot. Okay.
And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna tell you exactly what was told to me. And once again, I'm trying my best not to say too fucking much, man, because I
Okay.
really want y'all to understand.
Nah, business is business, man.
Yeah.
You know.
You see
Crow
you get
was
the inside info on way too early with Pat. Just saying.
Crow announced January 3rd.
Yes.
Crow, what did I call you and ask you? Could you do?
Could you hold it off for until after this week?
Reason being, and this is what I was told, and this is coming from an inside source. We don't want to announce that game because we want people to stay focused on this game because they'll look past it. We want them to stay locked in because this is just as important for us as that game is for the culture.
Ooh, okay.
That's what I was told.
So my
Understood.
question is,
Mhm.
obviously, right? Nope, like, maybe not obviously. So I'm gonna ask with the like with the location and all that with and the history. Why couldn't they make that game happen the same way everybody's saying the no should have made that Bombers game happen? That game could have happened, should have happened. It's a blood feud, all that. Why it had to be for a natty or a natty set? Why couldn't they make that shake in fucking Houston? Why couldn't they make that? You understand? Like, why couldn't they do something in a
I think
collaborative way to make
the other
everything happen?
aspect, I think the other thing that we have to take into an accountability, right, is players need time off. They have families. Shit costs a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
A bus costs $5 bands, bro. I get that we want it to happen so bad, but we also not the one coming out of pocket.
And Detroit Ravens had a legit schedule, which is why it's even more
Not for sure.
frustrating going back to the Bombers thing. Because when you talk about, remember how we ran down the schedule yesterday, right? Those 5 teams within
And y'all
within
Midwest dudes travel
50.
like a motherfucker, bro. Y'all go
So
all up and down that shit.
right, so
So look,
Detroit Ravens had, hold on for 1 second, Duncan.
go
Detroit
ahead, you
Ravens
got it.
had Cleveland Rams, Beaver City Bengals, Cuyahoga Falls Rapids, Racine Raiders twice, Cavalry Knights, Cincinnati Dukes, Michigan Bills, uh, Motor City Rams, Indy Bison, and then, of course, the Oklahoma Bears. You do not hear the same team twice. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different organizations that they played on a
Man,
football
shout
field.
out to the fucking PFA, man.
There you
Fuck
Beautiful
niggas.
go.
schedule. Beautiful schedule.
And this is what I'm gonna cook you one more time, bro. They played each other in season. You said the Bears, right? That's what they
No,
played
no,
at
no,
the
no.
Natty, no?
No,
No,
bro.
that was
You
the
say
natty.
that
That was the natty.
no
That was the
game.
natty.
That's a natty,
The
bro.
Bears
Like,
were the
hold on.
10th. The Bears
Then
Okay.
were
why
the
you want to
10th
cook me?
team.
Nah, 'cause I want that game, bro.
So
Fuck, bro. I'm stuck.
Duncan
I ain't gonna
came
lie. I'm
up.
sorry, G.
Duncan came up with the. If Duncan's standard for leadership of a
League.
league was shared across the board, and if you're sitting there with a 5-team league or a 6-team league, and you coordinate how to get your team's 8 unique opponents, I think a lot of this debate is eliminated.
Hey, shout out to the PAFL, shout out to the MDFL, shout out to, the GMFC when they was doing their thing, the MFL, shout out to the MWF, shout out to those who really want to work and make the culture better, bro. The difference between us and the East Coast is we ain't against each other. We trying to work with each other, bro.
Like
It's
that.
not the whole
Talk
East
dirty.
Coast because
Talk dirty,
my
Nick.
league,
Yeah, so like
we
Nick.
work with the CFA and the ACFA to put
Oh,
games together. So I just want to point that out. It
oh.
ain't the whole East Coast.
It's the
Like I said,
upper
I
east.
think
It's the upper
this is
east.
a
It's us.
northeast issue.
Yeah, northeast. Yeah, man.
It's
It's
a
really a
northeast.
New England issue because
So
by the
bad because
don't
these New England niggas is bozos, bro.
yeah
Yo,
because
y'all need to
middle
talk to them. Y'all too. You heard? Y'all the
yeah
clout guys. Real
you
shit.
because
Y'all got the fucking national energy for these guys, bro.
yeah because Middle Atlantic, you talk about New York, New
Real
Jersey,
talk.
Pennsylvania,
has always gone south for games.
Yeah, we
And
fuck
Yeah,
with
we
y'all
get
for a
games.
reason, bro. Come on, man.
I give y'all
yeah,
that. We get games against y'all.
It's
We do
up
get
above
games
us,
against y'all.
bro. It's up above us fucking it
it's
up, bro. It's
yep,
up above
it's
Yeah,
us.
because I've been to Kings Bay to play twice. Brooklyn's
mhm,
came down here to play us twice. We've
mhm.
played the Jersey Sharks in Virginia. I give y'all that credit. Y'all will come play us.
Thank
Y'all
you.
will
So
come play
the
us.
the
It's New
infection is
England. Y'all
really
gotta put pressure on New
it's
England.
it's like exit 35, exit 40 on 95. That's where the infection starts. If you go north of the midway point in Connecticut, is when you start to have this political game of we don't need to play anybody, especially anywhere else. And by the way, our brothers up in upstate New York, which is a separate region, by the way,
Yeah, they with
That's
the
completely
shits.
different. Eight
they
hours
They with
co-
the
away.
shits.
they cooperate.
That's
Shout out
true.
to Lockport. Shout out to the Metro Maulers. Shout out to, oh my God, I'm forgetting his name. He was on the show with us. Come on, Drewski.
Damn. Oh man, me too. I'm fucking. I
Tommy
know
from the
exactly
New
what you're
York
talking about.
Predators. Tommy came to DC to play us.
Tommy, big
Shout
shout
out,
out
From
to
the
bro.
New
Tommy.
York
But there's
Predators.
other, who do we
Hey,
That's
miss?
our
hey,
bro.
look,
That's our
shout
bro. The
out to
Skips
Tommy because
man.
Tommy
The
really a
old
one
head.
man army, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out to Tommy from the Predators. Shout out to Scott from the Syracuse Strong.
Scott. That's who it was. Sorry,
Scott.
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 Yeah, it was Scott. Scott.
Yeah,
Scott
Big
old
shout
shout
head
out.
out
still
like
playing.
shout out to Roland from the from Lockport. Shout out to all those dudes. They, you know what I'm saying? They, like I said, I think everybody's trying.
But
I
y'all
think
two, no.
No,
We're not
no,
gonna save them. Y'all
I
two
think
gotta press up on
this is the catch. This is the
Connecticut
catch.
and North. You heard?
I think teams, franchises are trying, not necessarily leagues.
Yeah, but they don't.
mm,
And that again,
mm,
I'm talking to y'all two.
mm.
Y'all two. Bottom left, top right. Y'all got the juice and the voice and the influence to be able to hit up them CT North teams and make them realize they got to get down with the program and y'all not going to pay them no mind. Y'all pay them mind. Don't pay these niggas no mind if they're not getting down with the program, bro.
Let me tell
Everybody
you,
else is on the.
That's a
Look,
great
really think. Look,
solution.
hold on.
That's a
Hold
great
on. Really think
solution.
about it, bro. You got the whole Midwest. He got the whole from fucking New York down to fucking Florida. All we got to cover is that top corner. We got basically the whole country, bro. That top corner fucking it up. Upstate with the shits. Upstate got teams. The only people stopping collaboration in our region is literally Upper CT North. That's
Okay.
CT Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire. Those
Five
teams.
teams. A new team that played five teams on a football field
What somebody's
tried
number
to
one.
claim a national champion number one.
We can't have that. But y'all the dudes who got the juice to influence that at the end of the day. We just talk shit. Y'all good at doing the logistical shit and y'all into the logistical shit, take care of them logistics. Either ice them niggas out or get them with the program. But we could talk about it all day. Y'all could actually influence it. Don't invite them.
Yep.
Don't pay them no mind. Like, it's get
Yep.
down to
And
lay
by the way,
down.
now
Like
you
you
can
said, it's
do it
business, right,
because
Mr. Duncan? You heard the
that's
woo? It's
business. You,
business,
you
right? That's it.
yeah,
Well, I
because
think
if you're one of the nine organizations or eight organizations that team beat during the course of the year, they're going to be paying attention when that team moves on. You know, I can't stand that they beat us, but now the Knowles have moved on. Yo, shout out to the Knowles. We're supporting and following the
Yo,
Knowles. You know
Daryl,
what I'm saying?
both the dudes with me and Pat right now got scratch in Texas. Texas is not the issue. They be hanging out. The whole Midwest, Southwest.
Yep.
Everything is good except for the upper East Coast, bro. The upper East Coast.
hey, I got to scram, y'all, but good
Well, me too. I
conversation.
go to the gym. You already
Appreciate
know.
you. Cool. All right, Duncan, what else you got for us, man? We're gonna wrap up the show. Any last
Man,
words?
let me know when you get another show so I can come on here and talk that real shit.
You know the vibes. Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Man, get your ass
I
up.
don't know if that might be a little too early for me, but I'll see.
That's why that's the name of the show, bro.
Way too early. Y'all, my holla, y'all. It's gym time.
Yes, sir.
Good
All
talk,
right,
Patty.
guys. Appreciate you.
They coming, baby. They coming, baby.
All right.
What's the word? What's up with y'all? Oh, shit, I'm over here. Let me see real quick.
Beautiful. All right. Let's see if this is gonna work for me. All right. So,
Oh, football.
oh, was I able to? There we go. Oh yeah, we got football this morning.
More
Make sure you
football.
tune in. We got. Oh, there. There we go. Ooh, nice. Did Duncan jap me from my? I feel like Duncan's about to jap me from my live again. I can't even hear him. I definitely can't hear him.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Yes, sir.
Anthony's in?
Yes, he is. All right. So for another episode, way too early. What a great show today. Movers and shakers, guys. Actually being productive and such. Appreciate that. So congratulations again, champions, Brooklyn Seminoles. Congrats to all of the champions out there, whoever won their games yesterday and today, whether you're double A, triple A, whether you were in a bowl game, natty game, or whatever. If you travel, you went all the way down to Florida, had a nice vacation, and won a football game. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you tune in next week. Next week we will be here, and then a couple of weeks later we will be in we'll be in San Francisco. We'll also be in Santa Clara for Super Bowl 60. So you know the vibes on that one. Just like we were in New Orleans last year, and every year we're at the venue, the Super Bowl and such, and having a little bit of fun and such. It's about that time of year. Big shout out to the Big East having their meetings over the course of the weekend. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Midwest, New England, even as much of a pain as you guys can be sometimes. And of course, New York representing down south. Appreciate y'all all the way Midwest, West Coast, Texas, who, it's America and then Texas. Big shout out to all you guys. Enjoy the games.